That's just evidence to remain in the pit.
So here we are for a stream of a game that I've been creating since about January. Thanks everyone who's in the V streams in the chat watching. I really appreciate you guys dropping by, and hopefully you enjoy the show and you know, maybe get to help out a bit with the development and such. And obviously to my wonderful players here, I'll get around to introducing you in a very short while. This is Deep Deadly Dungeons, or Deadly Deep Dungeons, or Deep Dungeony Dungeons.
Dungeons that are deep and deadly.
It's a working title. It'll probably end up being absolutely nothing at all like that. This is a dungeon crawl. The idea is that you guys work together to complete whatever quest you've been set. Be it kill the bad guy, rescue the prince, collect the treasure, you know, whatever it might be. This is the 7th playtest of the game, and it is the first one to feature all 6 characters. This is going to be like a 1 to 6 player game, I hope. We've always played with around 4. So this is a different kind of variance that I'm going to have to look at and deal with. The game's still in alpha, so there's some things that are a little bit rough around the edges.
Like the players.
Like the player, not all the players. Some of them definitely, but not all of them. So yeah, just bear that in mind. You know that I'm still kind of like throwing things out there and trying new things. So let's introduce our first player. I'm going to start with Dark Blue over here. Velanoon, hi.
Hello.
Thanks for joining. I'm just going to ask you kind of like, you know, why you're here. Like, you know, if you played board games before, what you're hoping to get out of this, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've played some board games in the past. My main board game, you could say, is Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Also, big fan of Ticket to Ride and Pandemic.
Yeah, I don't own it either of those.
Yeah.
But I've heard of them.
Yep.
Okay.
And well, I've been like in the Variax community for quite a while now, and I've seen you develop various games and stuff. I started with Iosia actually, so I thought since it's an option to be in playtest, I really wanted to jump at the chance.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for letting me join.
Oh, you're absolutely welcome. Thanks for joining. I'm going to put up an image on the stream right now of a picture you drew a while ago.
Oh yeah.
For a certain playthrough that I did with a certain game, and I'm wondering if anybody recognizes it.
Oh no, I can't see it. What is it?
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yes, that picture.
Yeah.
That picture.
What picture?
It's not
HK.
That's a very good
Baldur's
question.
Gate.
Oh, the watercolor. Yeah.
Yeah, the watercolor of Knights of the Old Republic 2. With Anna. So I thought I'd share that you're a bit of an artist and a very good one.
Thank you.
So
That's pretty cool, Velanoon.
yeah, it's pretty nice. Thanks very
By
much
the
for
way, I struggled to find a frame for the original, so if you want it, I can ship it to you and you can keep it.
Oh, all right, maybe. Yeah, we can talk about it later. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Very good of you. All right, Obagovo. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, I am Obagovo. Yeah, this is this might be my 3rd time doing this on stream, I think. Yeah, because the first time there's the hero quest, and the second time it's like I don't think the bots were up, but there was like Dark Souls.
That's right. Yeah. The good old hero quest. They were good times, along with two others that are here.
Yeah.
Do you play a lot of board games? You do a bit of game development?
Yeah, played quite a few. Like I never got a chance to crack them out because of what happened, but at the moment, like in my closet is if you've ever heard of like Wingspan and Brute, I have those.
Yep, heard of Wingspan. Again, don't own it, but I hear it's very good.
Yeah, and it's just board games are fun. That's why I'm here.
And you've been around
Simple as that. Yeah,
for a long time as well, haven't you?
yes. If there's puns or silly quotes taking you out of context, that was probably me.
Superb. All right, well, thank you very much for joining. All right.
Glad to be here.
Major Tom.
Hello.
Booming down from the gods that you are. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. It's good to be back on stream. I think this is the third stream or the fourth stream that I've been. You've graced me with my presence.
I cannot get rid of you, can I?
You can't. I'm sticking around for a long time. Funny story. I was thinking about this today. I think I've been watching your videos on and off for like 10 years because I think I found Oblivion years ago and then totally lost you. And then like 3 years ago, just before you did Karish and Morrowind, I think I just stumbled across you again, which is pretty crazy. I was like, I swear I remember your Oblivion playthrough.
Remember this dude,
yeah, it's crazy stuff. So yeah, been kind of on and off, inactive for the last 3 years in the community. If you can call this a community, I guess, I don't know.
You would. Very good one as well.
It is. It's a great one. I play quite a fair bit of board games, pretty vanilla stuff. I've been playing a lot of Risk lately with my friends, actually properly in person now that quarantine and everything is lifted, and isolation. Nice. And been having a good time just getting very drunk and getting very angry at Risk. So that's been great.
Do you play any sort of like weird versions of Risk or just the regular, like real world version?
We tried Star Wars Risk. But that was we'd already played 3 rounds of like normal real world Risk, and were really confused, and it was like getting on to like midnight, and we just decided to just stop and just mess about. But I would love to play some like different versions of Risk, like Star Trek or Star Wars or like Lord of the Rings Risk or something would be pretty awesome. What else? What other questions have you got for me to introduce me?
That's fine.
All right.
Yeah, that's all good. Because you got a terrible ping because you're in Australia or something?
Yeah, I am. I sound British to your ears, but that's because I am. But I immigrated to Australia like 11 years ago. So
never came back.
Yeah, I never I was gonna come back this year. I had that whole trip planned like a year ago, and then it's postponed it to this year. And then coronavirus happened and shut down all the borders. So that was really threw a spanner in the works. So I was gonna like do a little bit of a tour, visit my family, do all the sites and stuff, because I haven't been back since like 2014 or something. So
yeah, well, the place hasn't changed much,
hasn't it? Oh, fair enough. Wow. No, I just won't bother then.
All right, thank you, Tom. Gifty, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
And so you and I know each other in real life.
Yes, we certainly do.
Much
to your dismay.
Yeah. But still, tried to join me for this virtual version. Now, you're the only person who's played this game before.
I believe so, yes.
Yep, and there's a couple of new mechanics in for you, but you want to say a little bit about yourself and so people know like who you are, plug your own stream and stuff if you want to.
I mean, for those who know me, I am here every now and then in streams. I've been a part of V's streams for his charity ones for the last 2 years. Yep. Some of you obviously have seen my stream that V has raided quite every now and then.
You like Dead by Daylight and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, Dead by Daylight, and then every Sunday it's a random game of some sort. Yeah, as V has mentioned, we know each other IRL, we work together. Hey, you let go of that. And yeah, much to V's dismay about how much he knows me and works with me. Fun times.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. And play a lot of board games together when it's legal. Yeah,
when it's legal, we play quite a lot of board games.
Wholesome.
I'm really looking forward to when we're able to do that properly again.
Yeah.
I miss the Geek Nights.
Oh, too long now. Hiya, Tink. All right, so Dragonster,
Hello.
good to see you. How's you? Welcome to Board Game Sim.
Yes. Well, I think this is the third different board game I've played with you. Because obviously Hero Quest, and then I think we had that one session where we did Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And actually, I've also done Agneton with you.
That's right.
On stream.
Yeah, you did. God, I forgot about that. Yeah, so you're a veteran of dealing with me.
Mm.
We also did Human Fall Flat together, I think, a few of us.
Yeah.
I don't think I was in that, but I've done Vermintide with you, and I think we did. What was it? A couple of 24-hour streams ago, we did Left 4 Dead.
I've probably blanked it out.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I was involved, so I think it's probably wise.
And you've got your own channel and everything as well on YouTube?
Yes, so Dragonster 16 on YouTube, where I've just started getting back into uploading again.
Good stuff. Yeah, and you play like loads of different games, freaking loads of.
Yeah, puzzle games, RPGs. I think. Yeah, mainly puzzle games at the moment.
Good stuff. Hello, Snor.
Hello.
Last but not least, Snor. So, say a bit about yourself and why you're here, and I mean, most people will know you at least from your username.
I'm a nurse. I work with Pooh.
Work with Pooh.
I love board games. I especially like co-op games on the computer as well. I hate dice games, so this will be a bit conflicting.
Oh.
Dice hate me.
Interesting.
Even since I played Warhammer Fantasy Battles.
Right. Yeah. And you've been around in the community for a very long time, and you're
I've tried to contribute to the IRPG. What's it called? Agneton.
Oh,
RPG.
that. Sorry. Yes, you have. Yeah, quite a lot.
I don't think you've used any of my stuff.
Well, it's because no, it's not that I didn't do that. It's because you gave me all the advice after I was like, yeah, I'm kind of moving away from that kind of thing now. Because you gave me, but I have.
Never touched it again.
I just didn't. Yeah, but it's all stashed away. All your suggestions and everything on ARPG and IRPG, the tabletop games that I've created. The systems. Yeah. It's very, very good of you to give your insight on those. Okay, so... oh yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Cobetco, who provided the artwork for the stream. Suddenly been graffitied up in certain areas, but yeah, he's a very excellent artist who provided these character portraits for the character sheets. So thank you very much, Cobetco, for doing that. You can find a link to him right here. Okay, so right, let's get on with it. So what are we looking at? Let's start with the quest tile right here, where I am. So when the game ships and is all published and everything, the game will come with a few of these tiles, and it's this will describe the quest that you're going on, and it will show things like how long it will take to do and how difficult it is and stuff like that. So this has neither of those because it's just the only one there is. So on the right hand side we have some general text about what the quest is you're going on. In this case, a town has been overrun with a band of ruffians, and you guys have been hired Magnificent Seven style to go in and deal with them.
Oh, we're not the ruffians. All right, okay.
No, you're not the ruffian. So it might actually replace the ruffians with something much worse.
They heard about our success in Hero Quest and decided to hire us to deal with these ruffians.
Success.
Maybe. On the left-hand side of this, you'll see a little map, which is the adventure map, and a little block that represents where you are. So you start here on the S, and you're trying to get up there to the square, which is B, which is the end, where you will then flip this card to see what happens at the end. But it's blocked currently, so you can't do that because no spoilers. We've got a heart token there. If you make it to there, then your characters will fully heal. It's like a save point, and you can buy and sell equipment. We've also got two optional fights over here, which will, give you extra rewards in terms of chests. But most of the squares have these numbers in them. And these numbers represent the amount of adventure cards that you will deal, hello Maxter, and draw when you reach that space. The adventure deck has everything in it that you will encounter in the game. There's 3 types of card within the adventure deck, and you resolve them in this order. First of all, there's obstacles, which is things like traps and things that you basically just try and want to avoid. Next come the enemies, which you then have to fight, and then after that comes the called encounter cards, which I'll change the name of because the whole thing is the encounter. And these are things like NPCs and generally good resulting encounters if you deal with them correctly. The main board is dominated by this huge square here, which is the party formation. So as you're going through the quest and going through the dungeon or the crypt or the forest, or in this case the town where you are, your parties will, your characters will be in a certain formation with, say, your fighters at the front and maybe like a
your cowards at the back,
thief at the back, and a squishy mage in the center and stuff like that. So that's what that represents. So as you move through the game, that's how your characters are kind of set up in relation to one another. Around the outside, there are some blank spaces where enemies will spawn into. The front, the flanks, back, and indeed there is a gap in the center as well, because some enemies can, say, be able to leap in there, or maybe fly in there and attack the squishy center straight away.
Some cliff races.
Yeah, maybe there's some cliff races.
Oh no!
I might write that down. Actually, that's a good idea. Over here on in this corner, we've got an enemies waiting tile. So, say you drew 4 enemies and they all come at you from the front. There's only room for 3. So one of them will queue very patiently in the back, waiting for its turn to come in when you kill one of the enemies in the front.
How British.
Yeah, they're very, very polite when it comes to that.
they want to wait. Very good.
We have a stealth box over here, so if you, say, pass a subterfuge test, you can then go into stealth mode. When you stealth, you won't be directly attacked by enemies because they can't see you, and if you have the capabilities, you can then launch sneak attacks on them. So stealth, generally good. Separated over here, generally bad. This is where you become dragged out of the party formation and you become kind of isolated, and when you're in this square, which could happen for certain reasons, enemies will favor attacking you over others.
Of course it's me.
Because, you're isolated and you're easy pickings. But you can decide to become separated, because if you do so, you can then take a loot card, if you will. Generally, after you fight a battle, the loot cards are kind of shared out between you all, but if you want to decide, actually, I wouldn't mind just taking some loot for myself, you can become separated to grab some loot, maybe at the end of a fight, as it's ending and stuff like that. Just below that, we've got some valuable information, a box for that. That's something that may or may not be part of the game. It's something that's kind of in development right now, and it's not really like a huge thing, but certain NPCs might you might be able to buy things or do things in the game which will give you valuable information, and that will enable you to kind of manipulate the adventure deck a little bit by removing an enemy from the game or avoiding an obstacle like instantly and things like that. But you know, we might not get to this at all. Over here is initiative stuff, which we'll deal with when combat starts. We don't have to worry about that just yet. And that's basically the anatomy of the board. If you just came into the stream, thanks very much, Wuntfar, and I think a couple of others while I was giving that little spiel. Appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy your time as we playtest this alpha version of a board game I've been developing. Does anybody have any questions about the board? No, we're good?
What is this small bag?
Oh, that is, sometimes you'll have to, there'll be like a random event, and it's like a random character has to do something. This contains, so that would be you, dark blue. You know, so it contains little tokens pertaining to each of you. So that's just for that. So we can randomly select one of you without any shenanigans. Again, it might be used, might not. Not really sure.
It depends what cards come up, I assume.
Yeah, it does. Anything else?
Tracking movement on the map here. We all move together, I presume, from the start to each individual square.
On the adventure box.
Yes.
Yeah.
So pretty much that square is this.
Everyone.
Yeah. So you all move at once.
Yeah, it's like the square with front, back, right, left is basically the cube, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. So, your character sheets. I'm going to look at the dark blue one as an example. I did have it set off as an example anyway. There's still some dice still left on it. Okay, so. On the left-hand side are your statistics. Except where you've got global at the top, and I'm going to go against what I just said and say that isn't a statistic, and I should have maybe put it to one side or orientated it differently. But that is to take track of global buffs and debuffs that affect all your other dice rolls. That's why it's at the top, but it's nice and prominent. So anything that's in there will affect all of the skills. And then you've got 8 statistics or attributes under it: attack, defense, axe, subterfuge, nerve, awareness, charm, and knowledge. The ones across the top are primarily used in combat, almost exclusively so. The ones at the bottom are pretty much always used out of combat, and the 3 in the middle are used in a mix between out of combat and in combat sort of situation. So briefly, we've got attack, which is your ability with weapons and your ability to deal damage with them. Defense, which is your ability to avoid being attacked in close combat and various other forms. Axe, Narame, that is magic. In this world, there are different forms of magic, and they are called arcs of magic. So this is your ability with spells. Then we've got subterfuge, which is your ability to A, hide in combat, and B, can also be used to unlock chests that you find, and if you find a chest and it's locked, subterfuge may be able to unlock it. And it's just your ability to remain unseen and be subtle and stuff. Nerve is how you do at resisting the effects of frightening situations. For example, you could come across terrifying monsters, or maybe one of you is reduced to 0 health, and so the others will have to take a nerve test in order to avoid a debuff, because it's like, oh no, my friend's died. Well, not died, you can't actually die in this game, you just get backwards. So that's you holding your nerve at bad situations, if you like. Awareness is seeing hidden stuff, and it's also so avoiding ambushes and things like that, and it's also your ability to see sneaky enemies, because enemies can also be kind of sneaky as well. So it's stopping them from getting an advantage on you. Then we have charm at the bottom. That's for talking to NPCs and and things like that. And so an NPC may come to you with an offer, and if you successfully charm them, then you might get a better offer. But if you fail at that, they may withdraw the offer altogether. So it's like a bit of a risk. But that's talking to NPCs and things like that, and maybe getting yourself out of trouble if you meet an unfriendly one. And then knowledge is just streetwise, smarts, savviness. It's your your common sense. So that will come into play in certain situations when you when you come across them. It's like your character will just know that that's a bad thing. We shouldn't do that. Any questions on those so far?
Yeah, how does global affect the other stats? So does it affect it in terms of like how much I can increase them by?
Both.
What tangible effect does it have? Okay.
Well,
I think you said it's more a place to kind of track buffs and debuffs, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not something you put anything into now on character creation. But say there's a spell that gives you all like extra dice in all dice rolls, you would track that in global.
Oh, I see, and it would last for a certain amount of turns, or something.
Then and it would affect every single other thing below it.
Gotcha. So, for example, if I had a couple positive points in global, and I did like a nerve check or a nerve roll, I would maybe get that added on or taken away.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Makes sense.
Okay, at the top we've got 3 boxes: grit, coin, and health. So health's obviously how much health you have. This character currently has 5 health. If you remove 1, then they have 4 health. It kind of works just like that. You can't usually get more health than what you start with. There may be a skill or a couple of abilities to add health. I can't remember. If there isn't, then there should be, and I'll add them. But your health is basically, what that is, and that's how healthy you are, how many hit points you have. Coin is the same thing. Coin just represents your wealth. So this character now has 4 coin worth of wealth, which they can then buy equipment and bribe NPCs and stuff like that. And then we have grit, which is also referred to as fate sometimes in the game, because I flip-flop between the two terminologies. Grit's like the indeterminable, undefinable kind of quality that makes you heroes. It lets you kind of succeed when other people fail. So it's used for 2 things. It's used for re-rolls, so if you roll a dice and things haven't gone your way, you can spend grit to re-roll certain dice. And when you get 10 grit, which is why it's in this grid thing here, you lose all the grit, and you essentially level up and gain a skill, which can be used to improve your dice or give you special abilities and things like that. You gain grit by killing enemies in the game. Most of the game is resolved around the combat. And then below it is where we put our equipment. So you got 5 slots, 2 hands, a head, a torso, and boots. All the equipment cards in the game have a icon associated with one of these areas. So when it's on the card, you have it equipped. What isn't on the card is on this card is your
what's that?
Backpack, which is where you put all of your loot and stuff. You can carry 3 things. 3 things in your backpack. At any one time, but you just keep them sort of like nearby. Yeah, it's not like I was going to use that for anything, guys. But I needed anything. This is hard enough, Okay.
Oh.
So, if you want to look on YouTube or something, do it in your own freaking browser, okay? Yeah. Still lock that. Okay, so now is a good time for you to assign dice to your skills. So you'll notice there are different dice in the game, and there are different blocks. The blocks represent the dice. So currently, this dark blue character, who's Velanoon's, has 5 white dice in charm. I didn't think I'd need to, Cobetco. So, the white dice are the worst. So if we look at a general dice, they have two types of face on them. A circle and a star. A circle is 1 success, and a star is 2. The dice have different kind of powers. So the white dice are the worst. They only have 2 faces with successes on them, and one. So there's 1 star and 1 dot. Then the blue ones have 1 extra dot on top of that, and the green ones have 1 extra dot on top of that. And the orange ones are the best dice. They have 3 dots and 2 stars. So they're really good at getting successes. So in the case of this might be a roll, and you will get no successes for that roll, and 1 for that roll. So not the best. You also have
the X. Sorry.
So
the blank is. Oh, sorry. No,
blank is nothing.
Sorry.
Yeah, blank
is nothing. Blank is a fail, or X is a fail.
It's not a fail. It's just not a success. Star is 2 successes. So this right here, hang on, this is a roll of 3. Right there. Those dice, okay?
Okay.
Alright. We also have red dice, purple dice, and black dice. These dice are bad. So...
Don't touch them.
Well... So if you roll this X... which I won in this case, obviously. But if you roll the X, so this is a roll of 4 right here. If you roll the X, then the roll is 0. It removes all successes. It's like a critical fail.
Ouch.
Yeah. The red dice have 1 fail on them. The purple have 2. The black dice has 3.
Ouchies.
It's a natural 0. So these are bad to roll, but they're good to make your enemies roll.
So what determines which dice we roll?
We'll get into that. Well, actually, we can start determining that with making your characters. Because
character names.
Well, you can give yourself names if you want, but it's not really required. But you have a certain number of blocks next to your character sheet. You've got 12 white ones, 2 blue, and 1 green, and those are the dice that you roll associated with those blocks, and you can put those blocks now into your attributes, depending on how you want to make them. If you want to cast spells, this is the only thing like this. If you want to cast spells, you have to have at least 1 blue dice in arcs. Otherwise, there's not really any restrictions at all. Another thing maybe is that it's best to kind of clump them together rather than space them out too much. So specialize in 2, 3, 4 or whatever. And this is where you're going to have to start discussing what your characters want to be, so you kind of like fill all the gaps if you like. You can space things out if you want, but it's completely up to you guys. There's no wrong way to make your character.
Can you roll more than 6 positive dice?
No. Well, yes, but not in terms of like how many you can put onto your stats.
So what actually determines what are the blue and green? How are they different to the white?
Those are the dice you roll.
Those are the dice you roll.
Blue
dice and the green dice are better than the white dice. Sorry, I'm throwing all these dice around.
Gotcha. So if we have, gotcha, that makes sense. Sorry, I didn't quite catch it when you said it before. So if we have blue guys in, let's say, defense, then we roll 2 blue dice in defense, I presume, or however many we have.
Yeah. The blocks are defense. Are dice.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's pretty cool. And it's always 6 dice per roll.
Not always. You don't have to fill it up.
Always.
No, I mean you could just put like 1 dice in something, and therefore you get 1 dice in that thing.
Okay, so if I put 1 dice in attack, whenever I attacked, I would roll that particular 1 dice.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm a bit slow, not quite as intelligent as these other.
Best to be sure
Yes.
Yeah, this is where you guys can like get together and talk about what kind of characters
what
you
kind of
want to
characters you
be,
want.
and if you want to be a
Well,
mage, let me know and we can go through the magic.
Okay.
I want to be a mage. Snor wants to be a
I
mage.
would. All right, Snor, you can be a mage. I was gonna say I'd like to, but you, please, my friend.
We can
There's
be
6
lots
of
of
you.
different kinds of mages.
Yep.
I want to be a dark arc.
Wow, that
cursed
was easy.
mage.
Okay.
He wants to be an evil mage. He's gonna betray us, guys. Let's
There
kill
are
him.
3
Yeah.
types of dark arc magic. There is witchcraft, which is debuffing. Then you get demonology, which is summoning demons, and necromancy, which is, you figure it out.
Okay, cool. Well, let's see what everyone
Take
wants
'em.
to be.
Take him.
We need probably a warrior or 2, right?
Oh, take him. Oh, take him. There you
So
are.
where do we see the character types?
There aren't any character types, if you like. It's just what you want to do. There's no.
Yeah,
like,
just how
what-
you want to
yeah.
spread your
It's just how you want to build out your skill points, right? So
So if you want to be a thief, you'll just put a lot of stuff into subterfuge and
subterfuge.
awareness or whatever, But you just make your character how you want. There's no.
who wants to be a warrior type, like a charge in battle axe style? Not many
Well,
people.
From the past experiences playing this game at V's, personally the best way to play is just to play a character you want to play. You don't have to create a typical party you would go into a dungeon with. So it's like you were saying that you may have been wanting to be a mage. Be a mage. We could have an entire party of mages if we really wanted to.
Fair enough.
I
Okay.
made that mistake. I made that mistake when I first started playing. Like I was telling people, "Oh, we need a tank, we need a DPS, stuff like that." It's just play what you want. Don't let other people judge what you want to, or like make you want to play something else you're not fancy playing. Like I'm gonna be a mage because the last time I played, I was a tank. And I just fancy being a mage this time.
Okay. Well, I'm tossing up between mage and like sneaky
both.
boy.
Be both.
Be
Be a
both.
sneaky
Be a
mage.
sneaky mage.
Why
Be Rast.
you restrict yourself?
All right. Yeah, I'll be
Both.
a sneaky ne'er-do-well mage who speaks charming words. Why not? All right, that's me. Sneaky mage. Trickster mage. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go for a bit of a sneaky build myself. I think I finished filling it in.
Yeah.
Looks good. Checks
Hold
out.
on. There we go.
Charming. So only 6 max, please. Yeah, thanks.
Do we want to focus in one of the subgroups? The not combat things? Is it okay if I take knowledge?
Go for it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I guess I'll just replay my old guy from Hero Quest.
Hell yeah. I missed that warrior dwarf, whatever he was.
I was the barbarian.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Didn't you kill Tom?
I've got a bone to pick with you.
Saying? I put that out there. Aaron. So tonight, we're not actually planning on finishing the game, so you don't have to reach the end of the dungeon. We're just going to play it long enough so you guys get the gist of it. What I'm hoping is that we'll play like a couple of rounds and you'll pretty much just get it, and you'll be playing it without me. That's what I'm sort of hoping for. But there's a brand new mechanic that's completely untested.
Ooh.
Yeah, which should be fun. Setting you Yeah, I'm not playing Duke. I am just watching, like hosting and guiding. I'm going to be taking notes.
And I'll be taking whiskey.
I don't blame you.
I'd like to do the same, except I'm at work tomorrow.
Drinking this nice peachy Earl Grey. There we go.
Hopefully it went fun.
Just looking at everybody else's build.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a little look around myself to see what you guys have come up with. I've noticed there's not a whole lot of I'll take that and I'll take that type thing, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so who's a mage who doesn't have any spells?
I have no spells.
Okay. Have you got any kind of idea about what sort of mage you have? Because there's quite a bit of magic in the game, and it's quite specialized, but we might have something to fill something
So
in mind.
So you mentioned before there's dark arcs and light arcs, right?
Yeah. Well, there's also elemental. So we've got like soil, druid. No, we've got fire, earth, water, and
Mind
there's also mind magic.
There's
Also mind magic. So you've got introverted and extroverted. So extroverted mind magic is where you control the minds of others to make them, for example, fear you or run away in terror and things like that. And introverted stuff like mind over matter type things. So it's self buffs, and you can. It's a bit like the Force. So you can put force walls up and things like that.
Do I have to pick one or the other? One over the other? Or?
Yeah, pick one. For now, there are skills in the game that let you take others, but for now, just start with one, just for simplicity.
I like the sound of extroverted mind magic.
All right. If that is these, then.
Since my character's a bit charming as well, so.
If I recall correctly, didn't the water magic come with healing magic?
Yeah, the two healing in the game is healing magic, obviously, and there's a water magic one as well.
I would like to primarily go into healing magic. I'll keep these people alive.
All right, this one.
Was Krag Hack introverted or extroverted? Mind magic.
Sorry, say that again.
Did Krag Hack? Did he use Hack Marrow? Sorry.
Hack
Did
Marrow.
he use?
I
what
don't
kind
even remember.
It's your world.
Yeah, I haven't touched it in like 3 years though. Okay, let's have a look and see what you get. Anyone else who's a mage without any spells? Are we all good? Everyone happy? Okay. So what have we got? We got a sneaky, aware, offensive sort of like thief build from Velanoon. Obagovo has gone with, again, aware, yeah, like a fighter type. Stalwart fighter type.
Yep.
Then we've got Tom, who's gone heavily into magic and sneak, and a little bit of charm as well. We've got Gifty, who's a mage who's in defense, and again, you're all very aware, which is kind of good, and knowledgeable. Good stuff. Dragonster is, another kind of like sneaky warrior type, I'd say. Nice. And then Snor is a heavily kitted out defensive mage who's again very knowledgeable. Very nice.
Dice hate me. I have to min-max.
Cool. It's all good. Guys have made some pretty nice characters. So, next and basically last step is to choose your equipment. You start the game with 12 gold. And I've laid all the equipment out here. So at the top, we've got armor. Then the middle two rows are weapons with ranged ones here. And then at the bottom are shields. Don't worry too much about what's on the cards right now. Just think about your character and what you think it would be cool to have. But the value is obviously at the bottom left in the gold thing. I'm just going to show them on stream as a...
Do our stats make any difference in terms of what we can pick?
No.
Okay,
Can we cast
so
They
magic?
might in the future, but for now, they don't.
so I could be a sneak mage in plate mail armor.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
I mean, the plate
awesome.
mail does reduce your subterfuge.
Yeah, of course.
But we can cast dice with metal armor.
Yep.
Cast magic, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, again, there is the penalty to unsplint mail. You can't afford that anyway. Like, but yes, you absolutely can. So these cards pretty much add cards to your attack and defense values in various ways.
Add dice, you mean?
Can we start sort of choosing what we want?
Yeah.
Well, one's already gone, so
Now,
I assume so.
if two of you want the same thing, that this isn't a limit on cards, I can just copy one. You know, if two of you want a mace, for example, I can just make two maces. So, if you mind, like, not just grabbing a card, but you know, saying I want this, and then I can maybe make a copy of it and can take a copy of it, like the boots, for example.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll keep myself pretty light on my feet. I might just grab a.
Sorry, there's also
Sorry,
a couple of,
no. Sorry. Please, I'll let you finish. I'll let you do.
there's a couple of potions I should have got as well. Like the potion of healing is also available from the start. And yeah, multiple copies of that. You might need them.
So we get 13 gold at the start. You said
12.
12. Sorry.
14 gold, did you say?
12.
Sorry, 100 gold.
I can touch you down to 15 gold.
Okay.
Who's the charming one? Roll for charm.
So
Eric's
if
immune
we,
to charm.
if we don't spend all 12 gold now, we can keep the rest for...
Yep. Put it in your coin.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yep. I don't know about sharing gold. I'm a bit, you know, I'd welcome some feedback on that about whether you guys think, well, I don't really need much because I'm a mage, so I'll just take this dagger and then, but then get someone else can then have an extra 9 gold, which then makes them really powerful. So I'm leaning towards not sharing gold out at this stage, at least.
That's true.
It's like you've all just met and banded together, so you come with the equipment you have. So for now, no sharing of gold. But if you guys have any thoughts on that, then let me know.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, maybe Helfina, maybe. Yeah, myself.
All right. Fair enough. I might just go with leather armor, boots, and a dagger, just to keep myself light on my feet.
And I assume that the hand symbols are that's which hand they go in.
Yeah, so if
For
it's
a
like...
dagger,
Yeah,
either.
so the dagger, for example, can be equipped on either hand. So you can have an offhand weapon with it. Then with the net. And if it's a hand times 2, then it uses both hand slots.
Oh,
Two-handed
cool.
weapon, you know. Make a couple of copies of daggers. The daggers and the broadswords, not the broadswords, the short swords, let you do sneak attacks. So Velanoon, you might need to get one of them. So, you know, I don't know about, should have pointed out at the start. Because only certain weapons now, at least, let you do sneak attacks. So like the dagger, for example, from the shadows.
Okay, but my short bow cannot.
No, afraid not. Because for now, at least, although that's a good point, I'm going to put it down that sneak attacks can only be made by melee weapons.
No Skyrim stealth archers here.
I was just about to say something about that.
Beat you to it, mate. You got to be quick on the draw with the jokes.
One thing I might do is just have the sneak attack be like a basic addition to your attack, rather than have specific weapons for it. But I don't know, because then you'll be able to sneak attack with Claymore. You know, I mean, it's possible. I just don't know if it'll work in terms of
Speaking
you
of, V, could you duplicate the leather armor and light boots
Sorry, will do.
cards? Thank you.
Wrong button.
Oh,
Oh no. Ding.
Make a hand and use card for when someone has a two-handed weapon. Yes. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Good idea. Actually, I'll write that down.
there we go. I'm ready to go.
Could I have a spear and a dagger, please?
A spear and a dagger, that's greedy.
You could just make a copy of the claymore.
The claymore? Nice. You are the barbarian, aren't you?
Yeah, like I said, he's back.
He's back. He's back.
Can I get a copy of the leather armor and the net?
Ooh. First time that's been used.
He's a fisherman.
I'm aiming to be more of a support type character this time round.
Yeah, the net's gonna... What does a net do?
I don't know what.
It's like a
With the-
debuffing thing.
With the bonuses, can you have more than 6 die?
No. Not on your character sheet, but you can add... You can roll more than 6 dice with buffs and weapons and things like that. So yeah, but just not... Yeah, so yes, you can. Ooh, we're almost ready. Anyone else need any equipment? Everybody happy?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone get any potions of healing?
Yep, 1.
I did not. Can we share equipment rather than money? Is that something we can do?
Not right now.
Not right now.
I'm just thinking. I mean, it's gonna be.
Makes sense.
Well, I mean, I could see you changing, adding to potions that you, especially healing ones. That
Yeah,
when
definitely.
You would give you choose a player to gain health.
Or
I
maybe
think
you used it on someone, like,
Yeah.
you know, I healed Dragonster with my potion kind of thing.
Yeah, that's And very shortly when we start the game. Oh my god. So don't forget, if you haven't spent all your gold, to add your change to your coin.
I got 1 coin. Woo!
I got 2.
It all helps.
How much health do we get again now?
5. Sorry.
5 health.
5 or 4.
okay.
Let me have a look at the. Let me have a look at the
0.
4.
Oh.
4 health each.
Can that be buffed?
Yes, eventually. Not for a while, probably. Alright, good. Right, last thing, the very, very last thing is... Now, these are action cards. These are completely new and have never been tried before. They replace what we something before we had before called stances, which were like generic buffs and debuffs you can give yourself. Like, I want to be a defensive stance or whatever. These are different and a bit more sort of diverse, if you like. So, can you all take 3 white action cards? Ones that are here. 3 each, and just... by the way, there's nothing secret in this game, so turn them all over. And have them nearby, because you'll be using them fairly soon.
Whoa.
Someone dealt them out.
I just thought they would have just.
Who's...
Give you guys one job. And just put them somewhere you can find them. Yeah, so there's no secret cards. Everything is shared knowledge.
Ooh.
You guys are working together.
Allegedly.
And these actions, okay, so they have like, some of them have a cooldown, some of them...
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll get to them very
Ooh,
shortly.
I like this one.
Oh, damn.
This will come in handy.
The brain freeze one's good because it gives me 2 extra arc, gives me a spell overpower. That's pretty good. To action. I got some good ones.
Minus 4 initiative though. Oh my god.
Can we change those action cards?
Not right now. These are the ones that you have for this combat, and then we'll. So you're all decked out. You're all ready. The only last thing to do is to place yourself somewhere in the party formation.
Yep.
Get the warrior up front.
So we can have more than one person in each spot.
You could all be in the same place if you wanted to. Yeah, you can just be wherever you want. There's no restrictions.
Protect the healer.
Which one's the healer?
The gold one.
Me.
The gold pompous looking one.
I'm quite a
lovely
quite
artwork.
alluring.
Our adventurers, everyone, has got a nice shot there for the stream.
Woo!
Aren't they grand?
No.
Play some epic adventure starting music.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening in the background. It's done.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we'll start the adventure. So move to the first square and draw 3 cards from the adventure deck. Go ahead.
Everyone draw 3 cards, or just
No,
just
3 for the whole ever. No, otherwise you die. Just 3, and then turn them over.
Alright.
Let me flip them over. They might not be there.
Yeah.
Enemy.
We've got. All right. So the obstacle comes first. We'll put the mercenaries over here for now. So, an obstacle. The swindler. This is the thing you got to deal with first. Pulled aside by a seemingly helpful individual on the street, the gentleman starts informing you of the best way through the city. One of you may know better. All right, so all characters take a knowledge test, and if anyone succeeds, you avoid the trap he was planning. So you all take a knowledge test. So you all roll the dice that you've got in knowledge. Some of you might not have any, so you don't roll any dice.
I don't have any knowledge. I have 0 knowledge.
4.
I know
got
nothing.
0.
Any other knowledgeable characters?
Got Snor.
I'm not very street smart, apparently.
That's a 4.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right. So if anyone succeeds, you avoid the trap he was planning to and gain coin equals to 2 initiative cards as he pays you to keep his life. So here we have initiative cards. You get, oh blimey, 12 coin.
Damn.
Now that's
Is that split between us?
between you, yes. So do that as you want. I guess
Between 6 of us, should we
Yeah.
just divide it by 6?
maybe.
That'll be 2 coins each.
2 each. Are you happy with that, everyone? Are we happy? Communism? Are we really happy with communism?
Yep.
Of course we are. My character's a communist. It's canon.
I feel like we're already moving down a slippery slope here.
That's a fallacy. There's
Well,
no such
be ready to tuck and roll.
You can have my coin, Gifty. We need to keep the healer alive. Buy good
Well,
stuff.
Yes, pay your healer. I may
gonna-
heal you first.
I'm gonna use my mind magic, my Jedi mind trick, to make you all give me your coins. Can I do that? Is that something I can do?
No.
Cooperative
well,
game.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, I could add things like that, but it's supposed to be cooperative. But I could. The thing is, you've only got like 5 spells, so to waste a spell on trying to get a coin from other players when it's supposed to be more of a combat-orientated dungeon crawl, I don't know how useful that
What
is.
happens when I
Yeah,
spell?
I mean, also what's stopping the other 4 from ganging up
Are they
on you?
one?
Yeah.
Are they one use spells? Are they?
No. We'll get to that. Now, eventually I might make it so that some of them are. You can only cast it once per encounter and stuff, but encounters should be quick enough that that shouldn't even be a factor. But anyway, we're against a mage. You see this card here. It's a mage. It's a mage. So the anatomy of an enemy card. You got the enemy at the top. His life is in the middle, in the heart, so he's got 3 health. He's a mage. Some text about what he does in the middle, which we'll get to in a bit. The top left, you see a +1 that's in green. So that means that he gets +1 initiative every time we work out initiative. He gets +1 by default. The B in the top right means that he spawns in the back over here. On the left-hand side, there would be a number of dice of what he rolls in attack, but he's got a special attack, so that's blank. On the right-hand side is his defense, which is 2 white dice and a blue dice. At the bottom is what you'll get when you kill him. So he is worth 3 fate for all members of the party. If you kill him, you get 3 fate/grit. He will grant 1 loot card, and he also 2 coin. So there's 1 loot card here for the. There's always a loot card for the encounter itself, and there's another one for the mage.
For this body.
Get the loot.
Alright.
Alright. So, now we begin. So, on your turn. Something you have to do is assign yourselves an action card, which are the 3 things you got. You know, the 3 action cards that you pulled out. You have to choose one of them. Now, the action cards, they have an initiative value at the top. That's how much your initiative is modified. So what happens is you all decide your move, and that will give you an initiative modifier, +5, -1, or whatever. And then you'll draw one of these cards, it'll have a number on it. And then you modify it by that. That will give you a total initiative, and this is where you'll put your token on this initiative tracker. See where you go. 10 is first, 1 is last. Does that make sense?
That does.
Yep.
All right.
Where can you move to? Is it just
You move anywhere.
Okay.
Anywhere. So you can move from the front to the back. You can move into separated if you want. You can't move into stealth unless you take a subterfuge roll. So you have to do an action card, okay? And then you can do either 1 major or 1 minor action, or 2 minor actions. So major actions are to assign actions to your equipment cards you've got, or cast a spell, or try and hide. So it's basically either attack, cast a spell, or hide. And then minor actions are to do with like taking potions, giving other characters equipment, and things like that. So let's have a look at you, Obagovo. You got a claymore.
Yep.
So you could elect with one of these grey dice, grey
Cutes.
blocks. That's it. One of these to do. So it's like I want to do an overhead chop, which will then let you roll the dice associated with that attack, plus your regular attack. It'll give you like 3 green, a blue, and so on. But it also has the red die in it as well. If you've got 2 things equipped, like Velanoon does, you can assign things to both of them if you want to. The buckler has a default stance, so you don't have to. You can just get that bonus 2 defense without doing anything, or you can do your flying block or your spinner move if you so wish. Let me know your thoughts, guys. What are you thinking? Does that make sense?
Yep.
I can
Yeah,
move
makes
and
sense.
blind him, and then everybody can go loot.
So in terms of how we attack this mage, do we have to be... So he's in the back. Do we have to be in the back to attack him?
So most of you will have to move to attack him.
Gotcha. But he can only attack us if he's in the same as us as well.
Or what was that, Velanoon?
Even if you have a ranged weapon.
Yeah, if you've got a ranged weapon, then you can't attack adjacent to you. You have to be further away.
What about spells?
I assume that'll say on the
Spells
card.
will say on the actual card.
Ah, gotcha.
So it'll
okay,
say
let's have a look.
either any enemy in on the board, or it'll say adjacent enemy.
Every monster currently in play.
So eventually what you'll do is you'll have an action card that I want to play, and then I want to do this move with that weapon, and obviously this move with that weapon, and that will give you an overall initiative value. Like -3 +1 or whatever, and then you roll one of them, and then right, there you go.
Very cool.
And you draw the monster's initiative last. You can't like say, oh, his initiative is whatever, and then adjust your move accordingly. Everyone happy? Everyone good with what's going on? If you got any questions, feel free to speak up and let me know.
That seems pretty straightforward.
I think I missed it. We can. If it's only like one section of movement, or can we just go from like front to back?
You can go front to back. Yeah, a move
Cool.
is pretty much anywhere on the board, so you can move into separated if you want. Grab the loot. I'm just saying you can.
Do it. I'm gonna blind him.
I think I'm just gonna stay put for now.
Make a little rule. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was
We're
just
already
thinking
gonna-
about
we're gonna-
going to the back, just going there and bopping them.
Yeah, just give him a
Yeah,
bomb.
my plan is to run and bop, and by bop I mean stab.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try and grab the loot. Actually, I'm quite greedy.
Oh
My
god,
character's-
V, I think we found the Granger of the group.
Why? What?
I think we found the Granger of the group. Always going for the loot.
Why? Explain to me.
I'm gonna go grab the loot.
Oh,
no!
Yeah, we've
always
got a guy who plays with us who's old. We could fail the
Sorry,
quest
yeah.
if I do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it'll make me richer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of player.
that's
Yeah.
a Granger.
Yeah, I
My
think
character
that's
is
what's known as a
very. I'm role playing, guys. I can't help it.
Has everybody assigned an action and either done a spell or
No, sorry. So we pick our action. So I'm going to pick two. Where do I put my action card? Just have it.
wherever you want? Wherever you want. As long as it's shown as I'm using this, you can put like a.
So, and then do we draw our initiative as well?
Not yet.
It depends what you're doing.
not
Well,
yet.
yeah, I have to choose.
Choose what you're
something,
doing, because that'll
so-
affect your initiative, like a spell
Oh.
or if you're a dagger.
Okay, well maybe I won't go grab the
More,
loot
more
then.
powerful spells will take longer to cast.
I'm
Okay.
going to go
When you use,
stealth. And
Alright.
using mobile stance, I think I can attack as well on the same turn.
I should have said sorry. When you go into stealth, that's kind of
That's your action.
that's your move. So because
So
the
you couldn't
subterfuge
use the
test is
weapon with
a which is what you're going to do. Doing a stealth is a major action, so it stops you continuously doing stealth attacks. You stealth, and then next turn you will then attack.
Okay, and then I could move again if I
Yeah.
wanted to.
So what you're basically doing is you're doing a subterfuge test, so you wouldn't actually do anything else because that's your action, if you like.
Okay. All right. I've
Yeah,
decided.
I think I have an idea of what to do.
I'm gonna go to action and then control his mind.
I
Right.
plan to be inspired and just run up and give him a chop.
How do we determine who goes
Yep.
first?
With initiative.
Well, you'll all have an initiative value based on the action card that you played, which will have it right at the top. That always applies no matter what else happens on the card. So you'll have that, and then you may well have something else, like on either the spell card or on the move
The
that you're trying to do.
All right.
Yeah. So
That makes sense, and it modifies it. Yep. Gotcha.
yeah. So once you know what your initiative modifier is, then you draw an initiative card, modify that by.
And
you know,
do you count? So I've got two weapons, and can I use both of them? Just to check.
who's
Dragon-
talking? Is it Tom?
No,
Dragonster.
Dragonster.
So Dragonster, where are you? Yes, use both of them. and combined initiative of like so you're +4. Yeah.
+3.
Is anyone missing this card?
Yep.
I might have snagged it.
What's up, Snor?
What happens if you're above 10?
Just put it as 10.
I thought so. But I thought
It
I
was
checked.
in my hand. It's not mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'll just put it back into. All good. All right, and then
Where's Snor's initiative? What did he get?
he's got a draw. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 7. And then we do the mage. He's +1, so he's 8. So he goes there. All right, and now we know the turn order. We can start the battle. So,
Huzzah.
Dragonster's going first.
Yeah.
What's your move?
So I'm gonna move to the back, and then do I choose? I do both of these, don't I? Do I?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll get loads of dice. So charge.
Don't forget my my 2 action card gives everybody +2 white rolls to everyone.
You haven't been yet, though.
Yeah,
Oh, it's when I go. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. So it only activates once you've been on your turn
those.
because you.
So I get my skill dice, and then do I get all of the dice from these?
Yep.
So I get the white from the quick thrust, and so that. Okay, well I get 2 blue anyway, and that's all my blue dice. Or do I get the?
You get the extra. Yeah, you get 3 blue dice.
Okay, we'll have to grab one from there.
That's a big attack.
Yeah.
Jesus.
One shot. One shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Very nice.
That's a big boy.
All right,
It's a
someone
big
else
turn.
He defends with.
has to roll for the mage's defense, which is 2 white
2
and 1 blue. Go ahead.
I'll do
Anyone
it.
else?
There are multiple people drawing.
I'll let someone else go.
Oh. Someone's got to defend for him.
Yep, got it.
Obagovo's got it.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my.
3. Nice. So, what was the attack roll?
We said 5.
Yep.
All right.
So down to 1.
Exactly. Perfect.
Hmm.
We're not quite dead, but almost dead.
Almost.
Now the mage will move. Why is that there? One. That green. All right. So the mage. The mage will cast a ball of fire at the nearest area each turn, dealing 2 blue dice of damage to all within it, which will affect obviously Dragonster and Velanoon. So both of you just roll 2 blue dice, and that's how much health you'll lose from the fireball.
Oh
Without
boy,
armor?
getting to work already.
Having fun,
That's a
everyone.
hefty. That's
No
a
armor
hefty-
saves?
Hang on, let me. Hang on.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Damn it!
Tom.
What am I
What the
doing?
heck is going on
No,
with that?
I saw you link those 2 things.
2 things.
There you go.
Yeah, those 2
I
dice.
don't know what was up
Oh,
with
yeah.
that. So 1 health loss for Velanoon.
And I got a star. So it's
Don't
2.
speak about that, Obagovo.
All right, that was the mage's go.
Do I hear cries of pain?
After the combat, when he's dead, you all get 1 health back, just like so the rest in between,
Cool.
as a note. So next is all right.
Yeah.
So it can be either Obagovo or Snor. You guys decide.
What do you plan to do, Snor?
Blind him.
Does that give a penalty to defense?
It gives a black dice to all defense rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Then I'll use my tactical movement, and I may move. And then I'll blind him. Difficulty 3 was that.
Yeah, so you'll
So
roll your axe
And you have to get
dice
3
and
successes.
get 3 successes. One, two, three. It works. Well done.
Do I turn that card now, or how does it work?
Well, what you'll probably do is just put it next to him, like there, and have that on him because it'll last for 1 turn. So when,
On his next turn, I should-
when it runs out, just take it back.
Okay.
So well done. The mage is now blind.
A pox of thee! I curse you.
All right, have a go, Paul.
Right. So, yep, just gonna go charge and give him a good blacking.
Mhm.
So let's see.
He's gonna bop him. He's gonna do it.
3 white.
I think it is Bakoffel, yeah. Just a mix. You guys seem to be picking this up pretty quickly. Have we got any major questions so far? The only thing I should have done is done like a little guide about what you do on a turn, what's a minor action, what's a major action.
Right, here's hoping they don't hit the red.
Yeah. And
Oh,
I reckon
yeah.
that's a dead mage.
He does seem rather dead.
Yeah, let's just go super dead.
I think he is. I think you killed him. Okay. So who killed him? Obagovo killed him. So we're going to put that there for now. The combat is now over. So, at the end of the combat, let's have a look and see what happens. Everyone recovers 1 health.
Hooray!
Alright.
But if you're really
Stack, damn you.
So, characters receive coin equals to the total on the enemy cards in front of them. So, Obagovo killed him, so he gets the coin from his body.
That's 2 coin.
Total grit for the entire encounter, which is 3, is totaled and awarded to each character. So you all get 3 grit for killing that mage. Pretty easy fight, so.
even if we did nothing.
It is, isn't it, T1? It was very bad decision on his part, I think, to attack the party at that point. But that's like the warm-up round.
Well, we learned that from Hero Quest whenever Tom went running into things.
I think that might have been you that you just killed.
Oh no!
might have just been Tom's major Hero Quest.
He fought
I can
valiantly.
take him. I've got a fireball. Okay.
Look,
right.
he
Loot
was
cards
brave.
not already taken are revealed, and the party chooses collectively.
Who gets them?
So grab loot
Oh,
cards.
so we
turn
don't
them
have to
over.
go loot.
No, you automatically get them. So you can all decide now who gets what. Potion of healing. Potion of healing. Well, there we go. That's been well shuffled.
Can the healer heal himself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if the healer
Yeah.
can-
Well,
yeah.
if you have a potion of healing in your inventory, you can use it as a minor action.
So, if have we decided if potions of healing can be used on others or not? Is that a...
No, you've got to hand it over, which is getting as a
Gotta
minor
hand-
action. So then they'll have to use a
Gotcha.
minor action to drink it.
Well, if we
Give it to the
designate a healer,
squishies.
happy to give it to like Gifty, or just give it to me as well because I'm a squishy mage as well. So.
We all have the same health, so technically we're all squishy.
Squishy mage.
Well, it might be a thing to look at, like, who's got defense levels.
Yeah, because I don't have anything aside from my sword, so I might need something.
That's true. I'm happy to just give him to Gifty
Yeah.
since he's the healer.
I think maybe Tom should have one because he has no defense.
I have
Yes.
0.
I can barely hear you, Velanoon.
Oh, I wasn't talking. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I would like to have one because, like I said, I can heal myself, but I'd rather save the heals for you. So being able to have a pocket heal for myself would
That's
be nice.
true. Yeah, I'll happily take one if nobody objects.
Go ahead.
Thanks.
Oh, okay, I'll go for the other one then.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, were we fighting over the same one? Sorry.
Alright, next. Right, take all spell cards back if you've got them. Return any action cards which are marked as So did anyone play any action cards that are like may not be used again? I don't think anyone did they? Because the white ones tend to just be like ones that you can use all the time, pretty much. And they get a bit better as you get more of them. So just take your action cards back, I reckon. So
there's one here that has like a 1-turn cooldown.
Yeah, but you can take that back because I mean some of them you can only use once. So you get an action card as well because the mage has a blue die on his profile. You get that, and you get to decide who takes it, and they will swap that with a card from their hand.
Well, who has like?
I would say whoever has the most defense.
Or the least, maybe.
Well, no, because this all
enemies within range will
aggression.
Character.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give it to whoever is like our tank, I guess.
Okay.
Give it to.
Enemies will, by the way, target the character with the lowest initiative that they can reach.
So that taunt would just kind of allow you to keep some people safer.
Which is why, like, a lot of taunting actions have like lower initiative values because you want to be attacked. That one doesn't matter.
I vote that we give this to Obagovo since he's up the front, smashing stuff. He's already got 4 defense with 1 blue.
So which should my card type in?
Whatever you want. And the thing is, don't hide them.
Oh, those are hit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're in your card. And because if you put like this one back, then someone else can take that and swap it for one of theirs. So this is where you start trading cards.
Oh, so he puts it in the middle and we can then switch it out. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. So if you want to say, oh well, that would actually be quite.
I'm just thinking about taking out this one because it's like a strict upgrade.
Then you start
Can
building
you switch?
decks.
Well, I was thinking inspiration. You're not going to do arc, are you?
Yeah. Can I take that inspiration maybe and switch it for? I'll switch it for brain freeze. Oh no, for get behind me.
Eventually, get one card that no one wants, and then that just goes back. That just gets deleted, pretty much.
I will drop get behind me and take inspiration, if that's acceptable.
Sure.
So T1 has a good question. So what happens basically if you don't have any actions left to play? Then you use a red action card. Now, red action cards are all bad. They all have a move on them, so if you've got like no moves to make and you need to move, then you can play one of these randomly rather than one that's in your hand. So you might be stuck with like no move action cards and no movement. So that's how you would move, in desperate situation. But these are all bad.
Could I switch my low stab for the get behind me?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're all bad cards that you don't want, but that's what you'll start drawing from if you run out of action cards. So you can have 3 action cards that are all really good, but if they're all like may not be used this encounter and the encounter lasts for longer, then suddenly you've got none less to play, and you'll have to start using those because basically you've tired yourself out.
And binning the ones off that we have and switching them for.
No one else wants low. I'll take it.
Yeah. Does anyone want low stab?
I mean, it's better. It's strictly better than what I've got, so I'd like it.
Yeah, take it. Take it.
Could be good for Velanoon as well with a sneak attack. All right.
Sidestep. That's quite a rubbish card.
Yeah, it's
Some of
basically
them
the
aren't very
same.
good.
Yeah, it's basically the same as that one, except it doesn't give you the bonus to attack.
Yeah, there's a bit of mix in there. I'm going to add more white ones that are not so good, but not as good as red ones.
Red ones.
But yeah, I just kind of like made those. I just made this is the first time we played with them, so they're completely untested. So no one wants sidestep. I'll put it back in here then. But you might get it back. You don't know. I think if they're not be used again, they get deleted completely, but otherwise they go back into the decks.
And this is the deck building.
Maybe Falschgeld, yeah. That's my tentative attempts at making a deck building sub game.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving to the next area. So if you guys would set up in the party formation the way you want. Oh, sorry, we didn't do the mercenaries.
No, we didn't.
Because this is the thing that happened afterwards. So I'll read it for you. A grizzled group of grizzled-looking group of mercs approach you. They offer to aid you in a fight for a price. So you can hire them for 4 coin. And in next counter, they can play it on an enemy card to remove it from play, but they'll take the loot and you don't gain any fate for it. So it removes an enemy card.
Can we keep it in our back pocket for a particularly tough encounter later, or does it have to be the next turn?
During the next encounter, it says.
It is, okay.
I'm thinking no loot, fuck that.
Yeah, I think it's early game, we don't really need them.
Yeah, I
All
vote
right,
no.
then. All right, I'll see.
Bloody rip-off merchants, so bloody mercenaries.
All right.
So it's not
No.
where we want to be.
6 cards next time. When you're ready.
Oh my.
So now we pick our action and...
No, you don't know what you're doing.
no?
There's no
Oh,
enemies
yeah,
yet.
sorry.
We go to
Right.
where do you want to be in the party?
I'll be center still. Center stage.
I'm fine where I am as well.
All right. Draw 6 adventure cards.
Oh, that's more than 6. There we go, 6.
That's 5 now.
I don't know why you keep insisting on putting them on these squares when you don't know where they go.
Yeah, we don't know where they're going, and that's only 5. Isn't it?
I don't know why you keep doing that.
There we go.
Just
6.
draw them and
Go.
flip them. Yeah, you got like one job, guys. Come on, just maybe just like have one player do it and put it in this great big gap here or something. I don't know.
Yeah, let's
Manipulations
dominate.
to take to screw in a light bulb.
Why? All right, so separate them into kind of types.
So obstacles
Obstacles.
first.
Look at you.
I'm
This is going.
I can imagine this in like real life with you all your hands just like diving into like 6 cards and bumping into each other and stuff.
This would be amazing.
All right, so I'll put the encounter over
Oh,
here.
lady.
And
Well, I just think we
no,
could put
for
the-
God's sakes!
I just think we could
No,
put it there and
put
then
it over here
it's
because
not
you won't forget. And there.
Well, we put it there last time and we forgot anyway.
Someone moved it. Someone moved it.
Obstacle.
Put them fucking there. Right, there we go. God's
Oh, no.
sakes. Right.
Right. Oh,
So-
the lady.
Yes, so 2 obstacles first. The lady.
Lady.
While wandering the streets, you inadvertently knock into a noble woman, sending her sprawling into a nearby muddy puddle. Her entourage of half-ogre bodyguards are now leering over you. You can either collectively succeed on a charm test or lose 2 coins each as you're forced to pay her. So if you don't have any
Don't worry,
coins, you
guys.
won't lose any. But it's if
Don't worry,
you have
guys.
them to lose.
I got this.
But the collective is that you all roll charm. Any charm that you've got. And you've just got to get 4 altogether.
Okay.
All, if you know what I mean.
Don't worry, guys. I got this. I'm quite the charming fellow.
I had 0.
I've got these.
Yeah, some of you won't have
Right.
any charm at all.
I'll recite some poetry at her. Hang on.
Just you, Tom.
All right, here we go. My fair lady, by
You're looking for like basically a double 6 equivalent.
No, he's not. Because if he
What?
gets like, there's that and that on that. So if he gets that and that,
But it's 4 he needs, isn't it?
3. Oh, it's 4. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, it's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
But all-
unlikely.
That's going to be quite.
Yeah,
I
that
only
is-
have 1 gold. They're gonna break me
Is
legs.
he really the only one with charm?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
all right. I tell you what. I'll
Like it's
Oh,
fine.
wow.
I can fork it up.
No, there's-
Yeah, let's. We won't worry about it. We'll pay off the gods.
All right. Everyone loses 2 coin.
But I only have one.
Yeah, lose it then.
Yeah, and then you lose one.
Well, what do we think, guys? Do you want me to? Would you rather me reroll? I don't mind to reroll.
Not worth
It's
the crit at this point.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, pay up, everyone.
Yeah, you can just pay us back later, Tom.
Yeah.
All right, I'll buy you all a drink.
I mean, in fact, you didn't really lose anything there because you had to take a...
Only his dignity.
Yeah. Alright, next is the collapse. You realise that entering the abandoned house was probably a bad idea, but there might have been loot inside. Your clattering about has made the entire structure unstable. So a collective awareness test of 5, or take 2 health damage each.
Oh dear.
You all roll awareness, and I think
Yep,
you're
I
quite
got
aware.
I got 3 dice.
I got 1.
I have 3.
Awareness, I have none.
You see
I
how,
have
how, how it's on 2 of you? So little bare bones. But, yeah.
Oh,
I think-
nice
oh, we're good.
successes.
That's a lot.
We're good.
You good? You run out of the building, you find it's collapsing. Alright, well done.
Woohoo.
Alright, 2 enemies this time. Probably shouldn't be a challenge for you. So how do we set these guys up?
Let's see. One's on the front or the left.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
priest
one's
is-
front and one's on the side.
Catchall is right or left.
Alright, so it goes right first. It's only if if the right's full, then it would go left. So put it on the right hand side. So we've got a priest that will heal the nearest foe of the character, so he will heal the catch pole if he can.
Oh,
And then we've got a catch pole who will make you become separated. Now in this situation, it's not too bad because there's only 2 enemies on the board. So again, this should be a relatively easy encounter for you. I'm going to kind of stay out of this and let you guys deal with it. But ask me if you're not sure about anything, but I'll just see what you've learned from the last time, okay?
So initiative, no, not yet. No, we pick.
We
our
choose what
cards
we're going to do first.
Okay. So I will do inspiration.
So while those guys do that, I've muted myself on Discord as C. So you guys enjoying the stream? Talking to the chat now
Control mind.
while they work out what they're going to do.
I plan to go on right here and give the priest a swipe.
I'm pretty happy with how they're picking it up. Thank you, Clays. Hi, Felsh Girls. Nice and cozy. I'm glad. Sorry for the F-bomb there, but it's really annoying when I'm like, let's do this, and they're like, no,
So
it's like,
plus one and
I'm
minus
running the
one, so it
freaking
just
game,
stays
you know,
at
I need
7.
to... So, just need to assert my authority at some points, you know. Good, Deadbeat, how are you doing?
Eat.
I've noticed they're not really talking a whole lot, and I'm kind of hoping that the next encounter is going to be quite difficult. I might set it up so that they come up against a load of enemies, and we'll kind of just see how they.
I'm at -7 initiative.
I feel like a champ in real life, honestly. But
So how many loot have we got? We
real
got
life,
2
as you
loot
know.
cards there.
But yeah, next round, because they'll deal with these easy
There's
enough.
one for the encounter, and then there's one for the priest.
That's right. Yep, that's right.
So has everyone got their initiative done? Because we just need to do the priest and the catch pole.
It is
Yes,
in Helen.
I've
Yeah,
got it.
it's interesting how they. You know, I was curious about how quickly they pick it up,
Shall I draw for the priest then?
Go ahead.
and it seems like they picked it up like really nicely.
Fine.
But like I
Sorry,
said, in that round where they were deciding what they were doing, they weren't really talking a lot. So for the next round, because
No,
they'll
'cause we had
beat
on
this
for his-
easy. This is easy.
Yeah, so yeah, he's 10.
I'm gonna set it up so that
And
there's
then
like
there's the catch pole.
6 or 8 enemies around them, and then we'll see how they deal with that. I did think
Green,
this
he's
this version might be too
lost
easy,
one,
and
so
that's
whatever he
if it
draws.
is, then it's fine. They have lost a bit of health here
So
now,
he's
though,
at
so
2.
Oh, is he already
more
done?
fun cooperative play. The party can choose in what order They can be taken.
That's the throw pipe.
You can only influence it. Because I know you mentioned before, Narame, that you really like to meticulously plan. And I'm with you on that. And you can do this to a degree, because the initiative cards, they haven't looked at them yet, but most of them are 5. So there's like a definite average that you'll draw. So you can work on an average. It's like, I'm probably going to get about 5. So in order to move faster, I need to use this action and this and this. And eventually, they'll get better actions. But
there's no
and more diverse actions. So they can say, well, I can spend this card that I can only use now to get a good bonus on
So he
initiative
rolls 1
to make sure that I go first or whatever. Or,
and who does he attack?
Make the chances more. So get a chance getting away, but the thing is, combat's all about chance.
Lowest
That's
one in initiative.
So that'll be Obagovo.
Because they.
Yep,
Oh
the
wait,
lowest
no, I
one.
didn't have it pop my right here yet.
Because in a real life situation, you would always want to go before your enemy, but your enemy might be quicker than you at that point. You could slip on some mud, or you get distracted by something. So
Should I roll then?
planning will only take you so far, but you need that bit of chance, I feel, to
Good enough.
Nothing.
make it a bit more interesting, I guess. Make it a bit more.
So that's the priest. So
Listen in on how our adventurers are doing. Yeah, so that's what I'm kind of going for.
Shall I go for the catch pole, or do you want me? Because I think Obagovo, you're not moving, are you?
And here's where
I don't think I can.
That's where they're
I'm going
chatting
to
about.
attempt to net the catch pole.
Yeah,
so
see,
he
now
has
they're
a
talking
double dice on
about
his
their
actions.
actions after
You're going to
they've made
catch the
them.
catch ball.
So they're like,
It's
you're
my
going
go
to do that.
So I'm going to just move, and I may as well attack him.
Yeah, I mean, just do what you're going to do initially. I can always change plans if the catch ball's dead before it's my turn.
Yeah. So I get that from the low stab, and then quick thrust, and then 1. And then I get.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. As I said, these cards
did
here, the
somebody,
action cards,
do
are
the priest
completely
attacks
new.
first?
We've never played with them before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he attacked.
Before it was just
He
like a
attacked
set
and
of action.
rolled 2 blank dice.
So
Good
you
shit.
could like do
Carry on.
a
Pretty
risky
inept
attack, so you get a
priest.
bonus to attack, but then that's a lot of dice.
Hopefully, I don't follow suit.
It's 2.
2. That was
And he
freaking
gets 2
terrible.
white dice as the catch ball.
Yes.
So maybe it won't go as they planned. This is why I guess some people don't like dice games, is because you can roll as many dice as possible, but if they all screw you, yeah, that's a nothing.
Oh.
So I assume that all cancels then.
There you go.
So,
They've got it. They've got how it works. They've fought one enemy.
Yes, so I'm
they've
going to
worked
do
out the rules.
Inspiration,
like that.
which gives me 3 white dice to my arc.
Now
I'm
it
going to
just
try and
depends
control
on
the
how
mind of
balance
priest.
issues and things like that.
To step up to do that. I guess I'll just roll. So I get quite a hefty arc roll here. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
Is that right?
No, he's a cloud giant. So
So I don't know what that does. So difficulty 3. I presume that means that I need to at least roll a 3. Is that right?
Yeah. So you've
Cast
see, they get
transmutes
it.
his
They
will
get it.
onto another creature
Filling
and party
in
thoughts.
each other's gaps
The spell
like
allows
that.
the caster to control one monster in play. That monster, when it next acts, will do so at the behest of the caster. So I now control the priest, basically, on my next turn. Or on its next turn. I don't know if I can do anything with it this turn.
Well, it's already taken its turn.
Hi. All right.
Yes.
So let's have a look. I'm gonna
Sorry,
rejoin
sorry,
you guys.
Vee.
No, it's cool because
Sorry.
these are spells that have never been cast before. So summons. Can you get summons and stuff? So the summon moves on your turn, so you can move it. It says when it next acts, but that could be like a relic. So I'm going to say that you can move it now because it hasn't. If it hasn't moved yet, I'd say you can move it. Does it move?
So I can move him. It's moved. It moved before me.
Let's think about this. I mean, what do you think? What do you think should happen? Let's get your opinion on mind controlling a monster that's already moved.
I think since I'm mind controlling it, I should be able to make it move on my turn, right?
That's how
that would be
summons
logical.
work. Yeah.
Should we just treat it like a summon?
Yeah, that's what I was initially thinking. Go ahead then. Yeah, move it.
Yeah. All right. I'll get him to attack the catchpole then.
Yeah, okay.
Just give him a quick stab. So he rolls 2 white dice to attack his friend. Got a 1.
That'd be a 2, isn't it? No.
Yeah,
It's
so
2, and that's also a 2.
that was just one of those little things that can crop up.
Okay.
So
that means he loses 2 health or not?
No.
The spell cards were something I did first because they were a
No,
big
the
job.
priest rolls a blue dice in defense.
Yeah, but the priest.
No, the priest.
You made the priest attack the catchpole. I thought you meant the catchpole attack the priest. Never mind.
No. Okay, so it's not. So nothing happened. Fair enough.
Yeah,
a lot of nothing's happening so far.
Also.
It's dark blue and yellow. So Gifty Velanoon.
Gifty, you can go first.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go here and attempt to use my net on the catchpole. Use a single blue dice. Single hit. How does the net work? Well, if the attack succeeds anyway. So I have to succeed the attack, so the catchpole just has to defend against it.
Yeah, I'm a bit... Yeah, I don't know what counts as a success, whether it's just rolling the success, or... Yeah, no damage is caused, so I think, yeah, you've got to do damage, and then it doesn't do damage, but they roll purple dice for all rolls this round, so yeah. So a success for an attack would, I guess, mean that it actually does damage, isn't defended against.
Okay, so yeah, catchpole has to roll then. Someone wants to roll for the catchballs, if it doesn't get netted. Manage to dodge it. Darn, he defended.
He's very slippery, this catchball.
Yeah.
He won't be caught.
That was just one of those little things, like terminology things, like, you know, on a successful attack, and you roll the success, but
I want to move up here.
If
and
they roll against it, it cancels the successes, so...
Party!
Which gives 2 extra white dice, and then I have 2 white dice and a blue one on my attack.
And you get your white die from the dagger.
Yes.
Yeah, they've got it. They've got it. They know how the game works. Oh, white dice. White dice aren't that good, but wow. Okay, that's really nice.
5.
What's the ruling on slanted dice?
That is a 5, yeah. Well, you can re-roll it if you like. I mean, in that case, it's a a blank or a blank, but go ahead. I mean, you think you got it anyway, so just go ahead and re-roll it. That's a good roll anyway. Oh, very nice. Yeah.
5.
That was a nice roll.
Dead.
Swift and clean.
Yep. So you get the card.
Nice.
Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I'm letting you guys get on with it.
So, Obagovo.
Okay. I go. Yep. Right. I talk to the priest and I
well
go
done,
dash.
Velanoon, with that attack.
So, quick question, V. How long does the mind control last? Is it just for that one turn?
Let's see. Have you got the card anywhere? Maybe it'll.
I've got it.
When it next
Got it.
acts.
I got it down here on next to my. It just says when it next acts, so I presume it's just a one-off.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, because it acted straight away. So I think it's one action pretty much. So it would now be.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh dear.
So.
What?
For that card, if you would flip it on its back, because then you can't use it next turn.
Oh really? Okay. Is that the case with all spells?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
wow,
let me just read up on it,
nothing.
but there is something in it about that. Let me just have a little look.
And then Catchball's dead, so I'll move his piece off the initiative track. And then it's Snor.
What happened with the priest?
I tried for a pop, but the priest dodged.
I forgot what I was going to look at then.
Then I'll scream, "Come at me!"
Oh, the
to
spells.
the
Okay.
dead catchpole. And then I'll cast Plague of Insects.
God.
And maybe curse the priest. I have to succeed with 4.
Yes.
and he's cursed with 1 purple die.
1 purple die.
So in this case, what you would do, just to remind you, is to put a block on him.
Purple on him.
On, I don't know whether it's either attack or defense or both, but you know, you can just put that there to remind you that it's like active.
All of their rolls.
I'd either put 2 on it or you just put it like in the middle to show that that's active.
And that's the end of that round. So should we
Not
just
the
pick...
bees.
So now the priest goes again.
No, I think we choose actions again, don't we?
Yeah.
If it's a new round, then basically just reset.
Start
Yeah,
again.
put all the initiative cards back in the deck, and just go again as if you just start a new combat. You're obviously not, you know, but.
And that may not be used next turn. Do you put them on the side, or how do you use them?
However, I mean, do you think it'd be best to like turn them over? I'll put them on side, or however you want to do it, really.
Yeah, I guess I'm just flipping mine over.
Well, the thing is, or you could just leave it where your action was, and then put your new action in and replace it. Potentially.
Yeah, turn it over or whatever, as long as you don't use it again. I mean, it's fairly. I mean, you've only got the 3 cards, so it's not like you've got like a whole deck of things to remember. Higher Philbo. A couple of them got hit a little bit, not too much, but these combats have been fairly easy. In another round, they'll kill this guy, even though I don't think they've hurt him yet. But he's got double dice on all rolls, so Philbo's played the game before. He's another real life compadre. So he's actually played it on tabletop sim and not the actual physical version.
Oops. Oh god, I'm having some trouble with the initiative. Hang on.
The next combat, when they go into the next area,
Picking cards from the bottom, are you?
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna decide what they're gonna face to see how they do against a fairly tough encounter.
Still on 7. Don't forget to reposition yourself on the initiative tracker.
Is everyone initiatived?
So we pick again for the priest. The priest does his new initiative. Or...
Yoink. Oh no, I'm last. Oh well.
So the
It's fine,
priest's
I'm the
initiative
healer.
is
I'm the
3.
healer, I should probably be last.
Has the priest taken any damage?
No.
Another thing I'm kind of wondering about, and this is only for the chat only.
Tough bastard.
They're doing alright. They've picked it up pretty well.
6 for the priest.
They have, which is really, really good.
Oh, we get to +3. Okay.
Is, you know, when the
Have you
enemy
redrawn
dies
your
in the
initiative?
current rules, the thing ends. But I think it should be that you can all take an action after that, so you can have a potion or you can cast a healing spell or whatever.
So it is Velanoon.
That'll probably come up in this
want
when she
to try
kills
to
him.
move into stealth.
Alright, so in this case, yeah, it's just your 4 dice on your action card plus whatever you've got in stealth, and
Yep.
you've got to get 3 or more. That's just like a basic target.
Okay, I need to borrow 2 white dice.
Yep. I have spawned them from the ether, for I am God.
Okay, and what did I have to beat?
3.
Okay, who thinks I'm gonna fail this?
I do.
No
I think
one.
you're gonna-
It'll be
There
fine.
you go.
Yeah, I agree.
Clutch.
Yeah, Narama. Yeah, I'm not sure how to better decide the total you need for subterfuge, so I've just said 3 as like a basic thing. I don't know if there's like a more dynamic and interesting way I can do it, but for now it's 3, and it will remain 3 for session.
So
Could you do
this was
something
my
like-
main action.
Yes, so your turn's basically over now. Unless you want to take a potion or something. You don't have one, so... So if he survives next turn, then you get to stab him.
Woo!
We get to see his stealth
Stabby,
attack.
stabby.
Stabbo.
Do you want to go, Tom, or shall I?
So you can use stealth
don't
both
mind, mate, I'll
offensively
go
and
if you
defensively.
Go
The
on.
thing I'm kind of wondering about though,
I'm going to
maybe
do
an
a
exploit
Mind
is that
Blast,
if
which
everyone becomes
does a lot
stealth,
of
can they just like
damage
avoid the...
to him, and I get +3 to my arc rolls, which is still my big magic-y boy over here. So
counter entirely.
I need 4 to make that happen. So let's see what we get.
How much what he was good?
That's
4.
a 3. That is a 4.
No, that's 4. That's a 4.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I now get to... So this spell may be cast on any one creature during the play. The creature instantly takes 3 green dice in damage.
And they get another
Alright.
purple die.
And they get a purple die to roll on their next turn. Okay.
Oh, no, it's the rest of the combat.
Oh, in addition, they receive 1 purple die for the duration of the combat until the caster is KO'd. Okay. So this is how much damage he's going to take.
3.
It's 3 damage. Cool.
Wasn't it 4 die?
No, 3 green die.
3 green dice
right.
damage, and they receive 1 purple die. So they replace one of their die with purple.
I've never
Until
seen
I-
it get one.
It's
Oh,
not a
yeah.
replacement. It's an additional. So they'll still roll their dice, but they just adding the debuffs onto him.
Gotcha.
So my go, I gain a health.
So he's not going to be able to do a whole lot because
And
these purple
then
dice both have like a third of a chance
charge.
of cancelling all successes.
So it's white, and then blue. That's 4 damage,
5.
and he gets 1 blue and 2 purple in defense.
Is it 5 damage because you rolled 2.
Oh yes, yep, 5 damage, and he gets blue and 2 purple in defense.
Remember, any X's roll, just count the roll as a 0, so this might kill him.
He did.
And that is, sadly, Velanoon, you haven't been able to do a stealth thing yet.
No.
Everyone's
Need
just
more
turning around and
mobs.
going, where's she gone? Where is she?
More bandits!
The next
magic.
round, what I'm going to do is basically just pick some enemies for you to fight.
Do we not have to do the...
Yes, yeah, we do. That's why I put them there.
And we do like the wrap up.
But I'm just letting you know. I'll finish the combat first. Finish the combat because what I sort of decided like while chatting to chat is that because he's dead, but you can all still complete your moves if you want. You obviously can't attack, but if you've got any potions or spells you want to cast, like healing, for example, if you haven't already been, you can do so.
Okay.
And loot.
Duly noted.
And loot. Okay. Somebody
Yeah,
grab the
you're
loot.
looting.
Don't you have
Potion
to?
of healing.
Potion of healing.
Well, we have another potion of healing.
They've got lots
And a
of
potion of arcs.
They got lots of healing. This is just RNG.
Gifty, do you want that potion
I'm
of
pretty
arcs,
sure
or
this
do you want
isn't
me to
just
take
full
it?
of potions of healing.
I'm tempted, but I think it might be better that you have it because you're using your spells a lot more often.
And the potion of the
It's
eye.
true.
is
I
useful for that.
have absolutely shocking attack, normal attack, so better
I'm-
I use this
I
one.
would say I'm pretty good in I'm only just below you in terms of arcs, so I'm only just 1 white dice lower than you are. So
How
I
messy the
think I
board
should be
is, it's
alright.
great.
So you can take it for now.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. That'll come in handy if I have a big enemy, because then I can use it in combination with inspiration and get like an absolutely god tier arcs roll.
Because the thing is, with my healing, it mostly comes down to the rolls that the individual has to make. So, say like for instance, my heal, the recipient receives 2 blue dice in health up to their maximum. So you would roll 2 blue dice when you heal, rather than me roll it for you.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. Righty-ho.
And I mean, my difficulties aren't that bad. My biggest difficulty is 4, which is for the group heal. The rest is mostly like
what
2s.
magic is fairly easy. I think demonics is the hardest, followed by necromantic.
Mm-hmm.
For now, at least, anyway. So who killed what? Because if you've got like an enemy card in front of you that just died, you get the gold from it.
Well, who killed the priest because he died from like debuffs, right?
Yeah, but
Debuffs
someone
applied
attacked
by-
him,
I attacked him.
but you killed him.
Yeah.
So you get the gold from it.
Yeah.
Both cards together, the priest and the whatever he is. Right, they should. The total grit is now added to all of your grits.
How much grit was that?
Should be
The
six.
priest was 4. Where's the catchpole?
The child snatcher.
2. So that's 6 grit for everybody.
All get 6 grit.
That's a lot of grit.
And
Maybe I'll go back and chat to that lady. See what she thinks.
the priest had a blue die, and the catchpole didn't have. And catchpoles, I think,
Only
only,
had white.
got so he doesn't give you anything. But what I'll do for testing, because what we're going to do next round is I'm just going to set this up as a combat for you to fight. Is I'm going to throw in some of these, and just see like, so say you got that from this encounter. They're what you now got to kind of like play with and stuff.
If it's alright, can I take the Swift and Deadly?
What was that, Obagovo?
I was thinking about taking the Swift and Deadly.
To
Swift and
boost your-
deadly.
boost your
Sure.
initiative.
It's just because most of my stuff just takes a negative to my initiative, and
Well, these
Is
action
nobody
cards look-
taking the potion of healing from the loot?
Oh yeah. Who wants
Only
that?
in-
You can
That
only
was
use
a
them once
stun
per
thing.
encounter, so it'll limit your.
I take that to
chances
no.
later
If
on.
you want it, you can have it.
Okay, well, while everyone's looking away, I snag it for myself.
That's why you went into stealth, isn't it?
No.
I feel like we need to deal with Velanoon's character. We need to dispose of such a greedy party member.
Hey, this is a cooperation game.
Also,
I
you
don't
get-
like
you get
these
to heal-
accusations.
You get to heal 1 if you haven't already.
So are you not using? Are you throwing away sitting duck?
yeah, I'm replacing it with Swift and Deadly.
So I think that comes into here because people can grab that if they want.
I like how they're mixing cards up and stuff. That system seems to work pretty well. I've just kind of buffed them a bit by giving them some
Can I
extra
have all
action
in?
cards that we probably wouldn't have seen because they've got relatively weak enemies so far.
Oh, yes, we get these.
It's hard to like balance the game
I'll grab that for no one's.
across players
Is
as
there
well,
any way to vote in this?
because currently the way
In,
the game is kind of
tabletop?
balanced is the players
I think
themselves
I'm
and
gonna
the
take
characters
ready for
I don't
have
think so.
anything,
various dice
If that's okay, I'm gonna switch it for my 2
and health
action.
and such. But I could make it so that this changes, so
So
that
if
you draw
anybody
more
wants
cards
2
when there's more
action, which is a
characters.
Pretty good card.
I'm not sure. Well, as I said,
If no one
this
wants
sort
it,
of
I can take
incarnation
it,
of the
I
game
can swap in Shorter
I
Spite.
felt would be easy. We'll find out next round when I set them up with like a difficult fight. How well, that kind of goes. I'll give them 6 enemies to fight and we'll kind of see how they go. So nobody wants these cards in the middle? They all...
I'm good.
Yeah.
thanks.
Everyone's got kind of 3. Okay, so we'll back in there. And then we'll do the encounters. So we'll do the informant first. So, a shady character approaches saying he can help you on your quest, but for a price. So, there you go. He offers valuable information for 4 gold. One of you can charm him for... if you get 3 successes, he'll reduce it to 2 gold, but then if he fails, it increases the price to 6. So you'll get 1 valuable information, which will result in reduce the number of cards drawn in an encounter by 1. Now,
Don't worry, guys. I got this charm.
you can try it, but as I'm going to like set up the next encounter anyway, this isn't going to do anything. But try it anyway.
All right.
for testing purposes, I'm gonna set you off.
Do you guys
like
mind if I charm?
Well, you're the only one who can.
Well, I
All
think,
right,
based on experience, I think the person you're trying to charm might mind you trying to charm them.
Let's just see how this
Look.
goes.
I'm gonna say, what's this guy's an informant? I'm gonna say, hey buddy, tell me what you know, and I'll give you a free Monster
Thank you,
Munch
Valshield.
Christmas packet.
You get well soon, okay?
Just the packet, not even the script. Oh, wow. You must really like this packet.
Monster Munch, he says.
He loves Monster Munch.
Well, that works.
No, it's one of the old
That
vintage
worked.
packets. He's a collector. It's one of the old vintage packets.
What would happen here is you just put like a one of these blocks there to show that you've got some valuable information, and then, for example, next round you could remove you're supposed to be drawing like 6 cards, but you know, you say, right, we'll draw 5 this time, make it a bit easy for you.
Or you might want to go to the chest and you're only facing 8
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
to reduce the risk.
Can we choose to use that information at any time, or is
Yeah.
that just for the next?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I assume you're going to be saving it because then in theory you could go down to the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Or,
save
or
it.
you could find like a really nasty obstacle. It's like, oh, actually, we're gonna fail that. Let's just skip it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's kind of what that's for. So, yeah, that's
Do we unlock the tavern now?
Yes, although I think I'm just going to set you up with a combat after we've done the shopkeeper. So buys and sells all manner of goods. So you sell things for half the price that they're worth, rounding down, and you can buy anything from the weapons, the armor, or the potions, if you want to. You know, have to have a look through them and stuff. I don't know why I shuffled them.
I think I'm pretty good to not buy anything.
Alright, I'm just going to have a look through here. So while you guys sort of like organize what you want to buy and sell and set yourself up in the party formation, I'll just find 6 enemies for you, because we'll just assume that the next fight you get 6 enemies.
Can I remain in stealth, or do I need to move back into
You gotta move
formation?
back, I'm afraid. Yeah, you don't start in stealth.
Okay, but
Please
I'm gonna
don't,
be
please
at
don't
the
bring in
very
any
end here.
dwarves. I don't want to go against the dwarves again.
I've nerfed the dwarves, but as I said, this version of the game is probably too easy. I'm going to test that
Okay.
now. But then, because it's just what I'm kind of
That's what we're playtesting for.
thinking. Yeah, but it's designed to be too easy. So then, then I can slowly buff the enemies.
How many more rounds are we thinking of doing?
Just this one.
Just this one.
I just want to see how you're going to cope with this.
It's quite a high level one.
Yeah, while you're setting up, I'm just going to take a quick trip to the bathroom.
Yeah,
if
now's
that's
a good
alright.
time for that. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I
Log in
think I'm good as well.
Oh yeah. that's
BRB?
sweet. So this is really freaking difficult, but again, it should be difficult. If you don't make it
Don't
through
worry,
it,
guys.
it's fine, but you should do this with effort. That's what I'm
Don't
kind
worry.
of thinking. You should like just
Don't worry,
scrape through
guys.
this with a couple of health each. That's the
Oh,
level that I'm. That's the
That's
level I
level.
want. So it'd be a good guide to see. Like how
I'll
difficult
just
it is.
charm them all with my epic charm.
Yep. Should's a lovely word, isn't it? Yeah.
I'll just tell them how lovely they look today in their armor.
Well, you're the only charming character.
Yes. Which is not at all true to real life at all.
Ah, you can't help but fiddle, can they? I've locked them.
Your armor is nice. I love you.
That's one way of doing it.
Hey, I'll join you guys against these adventurers.
You're being that sneaky, you're joining the enemies that are coming in to backstab them.
Precisely. Then I get all the loot and all the glory.
Actually, let me reassess this.
More enemies. Lots.
Take him away. Let's have a little look. Yeah, you don't have to look, you know. I mean, you can, but you're ruining the game. Can't. Hang on.
Can you not put them in your hidden area?
Yeah, I could. I you know, if I say don't look, I wouldn't look. But hey, too much to ask.
Yeah, and there's a lot to ask.
I
We're all just adult children here. So you don't look. I don't want to look.
You think I'm in my mid-20s? Like,
physically, maybe. Mentally.
Hello, Genetic. Welcome in. How are you?
I definitely am a 12-year-old stuck in a 23-year-old's body. That is the situation we're looking at.
Who's fiddling with all the dice? Dice have been confiscated. He just locks them all in place.
Oh my god, that is a lot of dice.
Now they're gone. So if you want to set yourselves up in the party formation.
Already
Okay,
done.
middle.
I'm gonna get
Middle's the
my
place.
I'm gonna get this spell called Group Heal ready. I feel like I'm gonna need it.
I'm gonna do mass panic.
Also, just so you're aware, if someone does get KO'd, I can at least bring one of them back so long as I hit the spell, right?
Do you have
Yeah,
like
you've
a
got
revive
or
spell?
something, haven't you?
I have Recover. You are brought back with 1 HP.
I'm back.
Hi.
Hello.
Alright.
Variax, since
Yep.
this is a more difficult encounter, should we try to increase the subterfuge difficulty to like 4 at least, or 5?
Leave it at 3. Because yeah, I've got no way of changing that dynamically. So it could just be like it's on the quest card, like, you know, of what it is, or maybe there can be some spells that increase it or decrease it and things like that. But no, for 3's fine.
Yes.
Stop it.
I didn't do anything.
Alright, so for this encounter we've got a swordsman. Then this would be
Oh, that is a beefy boy.
some bats. It's a nasty combination.
Oh no.
Mate,
There is
yeah,
something in
actually,
the-
Snor, that's not a bad idea. Tying subterfuge to the amount of enemies in the game is a really good call. This is the hardest in the game. And
That is a hell of an enemy.
yeah, so you might even win this, but that's fine. At least then I know that, you know, you can't do it. But
The ogre is a
interesting
frightening
with
monster.
your thoughts.
Oh, we'll take a nerve test against him.
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh no, it's a dwarf. Ah, bad memories.
Troll in the dungeon.
The dwarves used to be a bit overpowered in the previous version.
Yeah,
of
they
this
were a bit
game.
too tanky. Yeah. I've nerfed pretty much all the enemies' defenses, so you should be able to kill them a bit easier. The problem with sort of last game type versions were that it was taking too long to kill the enemies. There was a lot of draws and a lot of I do 1 damage and 2 damage sort of things, and you know that's still happening a little bit, but you've got through here at a fair pace. So we shall see how this goes. All right, so have fun.
Brilliant. Okay, here we go.
I don't know, Cobetco.
I don't like the bats. The bats scare me.
Oh wait, no, I picked my cards.
It's a mix on YouTube, so
Right,
Minus
so
10.
Looks like we've got a lot of beefy boys, so I feel like if you've got AoE attacks, now is the time to use them.
Will do.
I think it's.
I'm a bit slow though.
I think it's that.
I struggle with these initiative cards. I can't. There we go.
So to action, it says all roll for all
I have
characters.
played
Is
this
that
in real
for this
life,
turn or for
T1.
the rest of the encounter?
And it works. It works fine. Works absolutely fine. See, I wanted the game to be chaotic looking and really kind of tactile. So I want them to be rolling lots of dice and stuff.
Why don't I keep drawing this goddamn 3?
And yeah, as Obagovo says, there are games out there with Gloomhaven comes to mind that are much more messy than this.
Oh wow, our initiative's not looking great this time. Someone's probably going to be dead before someone can take their first turn.
Oh no!
Is that a 1 I see?
That is
Another
the
thing
one
I
you
might
see.
look at
Cast the Brexit
is
thoughts
a
something
way
like
to
that.
redraw
This really initiative didn't really help.
and
Did it?
initiative cards somehow, like maybe spend grit to
Yeah,
do that.
oh dear,
So I'll
because
write that down.
my plan was that this ogre needs to die, but no, I'm not so sure.
Take me to Mind Blast.
The only thing
Do
with
we
that
want to
is that
nuke
there's
the
10
ogre?
initiative cards
I mean, that's my plan.
and a
So,
maximum of
like,
10
my-
players, so
My
there could
plan
be
is
like
just
not
Swift
one
and
to
Deadly
draw.
overhead chop, and if I get a red X, I got grit to roll.
Hi Dash.
Don't we have to attack the shield bearer first?
What?
Well, this
Yeah.
characters must
Oh,
attack the shield
dear.
bearer.
You do.
Yeah, I did not read the fine print.
So we need to put these in the place. What? All right. So black is -5. So
I know everyone gets a red eye, right? Except those who passes the nerve test.
Oh wait, so do we
I
have
won't
to?
have that, so I won't bother. Won't even bother. I'll just take a red.
So wait, do we have the initiative for the enemy yet?
The dwarf has some small print as well.
Well, all the
One
fronts.
character can test awareness to have the enemy spawn in front.
So I'm going. I mean, my assumption would be if it says can, that means we don't have to. And because the front is already full,
Leave him there. I can tank him.
Right.
I think just
It's
leave.
just you would put him off the board, it would put him here.
Oh right, yes. Oh yeah. They queue,
Nah,
don't they?
have him there. But
Should
the
we have
thief.
him? It'd be good to have him queued so we don't have to deal with him immediately.
So
Yeah,
who's
let
got
me
the
figure that
best
one
awareness?
It's just that I sort of don't want him to have the 2 blue die.
I mean, that's the other question of it, isn't it?
I think Gifty and Velanoon and have the best.
Alright, I'll turn them down as I'm talking.
And what would we need?
I just realised I could do that.
3.
So if one of you
No,
wants to roll
my potion is at risk.
awareness to.
I think that only happened when the thief attacks.
What I basically give them here is a thief that will steal their
Should we
items
draw
if
their
they don't
initiative,
attack him.
by the way?
Probably
Yes,
a good
let's
idea,
draw their initiative.
So
So
that was
this is
red.
for the.
Which one?
This can be for the thief.
I was thinking that was closest. So
Did you do an awareness test for the knave?
No. Gifty, you want to roll a quick awareness test for the dwarf?
Sure.
Because I mean, if the test fails, the knave gains 2 bonus dice to this first attack of combat.
And the red eye, isn't it?
Yeah, do we have to roll the nerve?
1. Well, I failed it.
and I
We don't
think
have
passed.
enough- We don't have enough initiative cards.
well, I think it's because you do them in colours. So
You do,
So
yeah.
so that 5 would go here for the black. So they would go to 1.
You do it via colour, so they both have the same initiative.
Yeah, and all the green.
Oh, I
ones
see.
next to-
I see.
Got it. Yeah, so like these two enemies here are both black at -5, so they've drawn a 5 collectively. So the black token goes there, so they have an initiative of 1 for both of them.
So the thief goes first.
He attacks Obagovo or Snor, sorry.
No, he
Still-
just tries to steal from Snor, so Snor needs an awareness.
There still wasn't like a whole lot of discussion about what they were going to do, I think.
So
Maybe
takes a
they
random
can
item from your pack.
start working on that.
That's my potion.
We'll see how this goes.
How do you decide what random item?
Is it gone or does he have it?
So,
Oh, that goes into the loot pile.
Hey.
Because I guess you just take your items and just shuffle them together and draw the top.
yes, so I mean, because was there more than one he could have taken?
No, I just had the
Yeah,
potion.
so that's really straightforward then. Also, yeah, we've got an empty loot pile. So, oh no, we got 2, have we? Is that how many would spawn?
So it's basic, and then I think 1 from the.
Yeah. Okay, it's only 2 from this. That's kind of rough, but hey, maybe I'll give
So the
the
healing potion-
shield bearer some loot.
So the potion goes into the loot pile, does it? A stolen potion?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
What I've given them is an enemy that steals their items, like we just said. This knave who's now got a
then
buff.
it's Tom.
Okay.
The swordsman who's really good at offense. The shield bearer is good at defense, and they have to attack it. And this ogre that's just a tank.
I'm gonna do.
Rep, you have to hit the shield bearer.
Oh, do I have to hit the Ah, that's a bit annoying.
You've got to attack the shield bearer first.
Alright, okay, well, I won't do a balls to the walls attack on the shield bearer just yet. In fact, I will just do my standard
The importance of reading the cards before they start doing actions.
which is plus my inspiration gives me 3 to arc rolls, so it's the same. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7 white die. I just need to steal 1 more white. And a green and a blue. And for this to work, I need to have a difficulty of 4.
And a red die.
I didn't roll for nerve actually. It's the ogre.
Just do that now, Tom. Just do the
Okay.
thing now then.
So I have 2. Sorry guys, 2 secs. Nothing. Brilliant.
Well, just roll the red dice on its own to see if you failed.
Alright.
And you
Yes. I failed.
You can re-roll with.
With grit? Yeah, I'll do that. How much grit?
2 grit to
2.
roll a red.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think maybe next round they might start doing that. But yeah, they're just playing very insularly, and I'm hoping they're going to get punished for
So
that,
now I just
honestly.
roll these for my attack.
But we'll kind of see.
Measly, aren't I? So that's
not
6,
bad.
7, or 2. Yes. Okay. Anyway, that worked. So that's he takes 3 green die in damage.
And then a purple die. So I'll put the cube on.
I got the purple here. Oh no, you put the cube on. Gotcha.
Yep.
The purple die is really good
Oh no, it was the shield bearer, wasn't it?
1. He took 1.
because he's got like a nice defense, so it'll just like he's got a third of a chance of just failing
I
that
don't
now.
think you can counting from a mind blast. It's just
No,
damage.
Oh yeah, it's a mental attack. That's yes, like it wouldn't even. Yeah, so it took 1. Okay, fair enough. Cool. That's me.
So then it's the dark green enemies.
Which is the.
One thing I found really
Dwarf, knave, and the
encouraging is
swordsman.
that they've got the rules. They know what they're doing. Now it's just refining how to best play their characters and such.
This is the dwarf knave.
Yep. So 3 against you, Mr. Snor.
Come at me, bro.
Don't you have a blue die in your defense?
Yeah.
That's nice. How they're picking up their each other's
Bye.
what they're missing.
So that's 1 hit, wasn't it?
Yep.
They have me unmuting myself there.
So then bats attack Gifty.
It's just chipping away at their health.
I used my boots and I have a initiative thingy. Come at me, bro. So I had lots of white die.
Well, for the moment, seeing as I'm not that great at attacking, I'm mostly just going to stay at the back so I'm out of harm's way, and then I'll come in and heal as and when necessary. And my action was just mainly as a defensive thing in case I get attacked.
Something that we had and I've kind of taken out for now,
That was all.
chat, is that when you attack an
Just want
enemy,
to get away from the bats.
then they make their defense. But if someone else attacks that enemy, then they
They were
get
fluttering up my hair. I didn't like
a
it.
fail dice. And then, you know, if someone else, then they get another fail dice. So it's like being attacked multiply. I've kind of replaced that with more fail dice in moves, like for example the net and things like that. See if that replaces it, because it was a little hard. It was a good idea, but it's a little hard to keep track of. So we'll see how this goes and basically see if Gifty misses it, because that was on a version of the game that he was played.
We didn't do the bats or the swordsman, did we?
No.
Yeah, so Gifty shouldn't have gone because his initiative's.
Yeah,
yours.
wow. You went over Ian Velanoon.
Oh, I was wondering. Okay,
So-
well,
I think the bats
I'm back.
attack Gifty. Don't
Bit
they?
of a mix-up there. It happens. Like a concentration and stuff.
Whatever will I do?
2 white die.
They do nothing.
Well, I didn't actually roll that. So.
Oh, okay.
But they do nothing
They
anyway.
still do nothing.
And then the swordsman attacks the highest initiative, so they attack Tom.
Oh, brilliant. And I have no defense.
And they have 3 green.
So I don't even roll for defense.
Do you have any armor? that
Oh,
gives you
what? Just
defense?
one.
Oh yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I have leather armor and leather boot and light boots, so I get
So you have
2
two
white
white
for
And
defense.
1 hit against you.
So just roll something.
That'll teach you for not
And
wearing
you
any
get-
clothes.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm
And the
defending.
red
Hey.
dice. Don't forget the red dice.
Oh.
I'll roll a red one.
And you're fine.
We're fine.
Hey.
That ogre needs to go down.
Don't
But
worry.
Gifty's
you
really good at
also
remembering
have to
stuff
do it
usually.
first, so-
He's a dungeon master, so he's very he starts orchestrating.
Gonna use this potion of arcs and my crazy spell against him. Use my mind blast, my potion of arcs, and my inspiration. Will give him like a full blast of the magical power.
Did you do Mind Blast last time?
Yes. So it skips a turn, right?
Yeah,
right,
so you can't
absolutely.
do it this turn.
Okay, so now it's my turn.
So I can't use it for. So when we then re-roll our initiative, I can't use it for that one, but then I can use it for the following one. It resets. Is that right?
Basically, you can't do it 2 turns in a row.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's a much more apt way of putting it than how I just did.
How in the what?
I think reroll the orange one, maybe. I think because that could go either way.
Askew. I'd say reroll the orange and the red because they're askew.
Yeah.
I think the red's
Sorry,
fine.
Alfina.
It's pretty much 90% on success. Because you could even say then re-roll the green as well. It's like,
Yeah, because it's also showing the number, so he just hit that on the number it shows.
all right, just re-roll the orange then, or both of them, I guess.
Yeah, bear in mind that in a physical version, there's only so many dice. In this, is infinite, so they just get copying dice and drawing dice, so there's loads of them now.
That was an abysmal roll anyway.
There is a physical version of this, and it doesn't have this many dice.
No, really.
And then, so Velanoon.
Yes, I will blend into the shadows. And I played Ready for Anything card, and I saved against the ogre, so I will not be adding a red die.
There we go, 3. Yeah.
Yep.
Do we re-roll our nerve every time we draw initiative V, or is the nerve just a once and done?
Just the once.
It's just the once, and we'll lose the red die when the ogre dies, or is removed.
Yeah, same thing.
So that might be a case where if we had 2 valuable information, we might be like, right, there we go.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Oh yeah, why didn't we make our valuable information use of our valuable information?
Well, we only have 1 anyway, so...
Yeah, and I've set this up regardless of it. I want to see how you guys cope with this difficult combat, you see?
Yeah, fair enough.
Just for, you know, stress test, if you like.
Bit of a experiment for you.
And it's myself and Gifty for initiative.
Well, I mean, I'm just moving out the way, so I'll just take my turn, and then you can take yours.
Oh, I gain a health. And I can move, but I think I should probably just stay here with my sweep attack. So I have 2 white, 2 blue for my attack, red from the ogre, and then 2 more white for my sweep attack, and another white from my quick thrust. I think that's it. 1, 2, 3. Yes, and I roll separately for all 3 of the enemies in front of us. So the shield bearer first.
I'd say the blue one.
The blue one. So that's 4 against the shield bearer, so he
Oh, he's doing the
rolls
sweep
2 blue
attack.
defense.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then roll the same against the ogre.
One.
Should I re-roll that blue one?
Yeah, I think you should.
And he saves 1.
Okay. And then the swordsman.
Oh crap. Orange.
2.
So pretty bad rolls and all them, which is unfortunate.
I did 1 damage.
Chipping away. They've almost killed the shield bearer, which is good.
And that was my go. Ooh.
You're doing alright.
So it's Snor or the enemies? Or the black enemies?
I am effectively at -1, I think, from my initiative draw. I got -10. I think I'm...
Yeah, we'll see how things pan out.
But I think we're still supposed to go with just 1 through 10.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair that the player goes first.
Sorry, yeah, the player does go first.
Yeah, okay.
When it's a draw between 2, yeah.
Then I shall cast upon you Death. A Plague of Death. Difficulty 5.
It's a big spell.
And 1 red die.
Big spell.
Poo.
But don't forget, you can re-roll.
Using grit, yeah.
Using grit.
I think I'll... the green one.
Get 5.
Oh no.
Things are not going well.
That's a really nasty spell otherwise.
This is a rough fight.
I mean, you got the advantage of knowing that there's nothing after this, so there's no reason to save grit. You're not going to level
Can I
up.
re-roll it again?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Does
can
it
just,
stagger?
you can just do as
Does
much
it
as you want.
increase?
What? No, you just right, want to reroll it again, spend the grit, do the same again. However you want to do it. Flexible.
Yeah, just one more.
Still
We've got
no.
4.
Should I? Yeah. No level ups for me.
He really should. You should go for this, like full on.
I'm a bit invested now.
Well, there's 22 grit on the table, so we're gonna level up twice anyway, at least.
He's not, because he's spending it.
Oh no! As in, if we
Oh,
kill
I
all
see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah. So that's so it's a really tough fight, but you'll get 2 skills for it. So yeah, I see what you mean. Sorry. Oh,
Yes! Nice.
I'll shut up.
all enemies instantly take 4 green dice worth of damage, and they all receive 1 red die.
Nice.
Right, so just get 4 green dice over here and just roll them for each enemy individually.
Okay, shield bearer.
It's 4. Shield bearer's dead.
See you later.
Okay, ogre.
It's a really, really good spell. You see what it took to cast?
3.
Had to spend all of his grit to do it.
1, 2, 3.
Swordsman.
That's a heck of a
1. Oh, the dwarf.
Dwarf knave.
Dwarf
5.
down.
He's dead.
The bat. Oh wait, no, let's go thief. Yeah.
Yeah.
2.
Down to 1.
And
then
the
bats.
bats.
He's dead.
Bats dead.
Do these guys not get to defend?
This is just damage. It's like your
Oh,
mind.
no, you're right. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, that was pretty devastating.
And
That was pretty great.
everything surviving gets 1 red die. Nice.
Cost
That's
me
awesome.
all my grit though.
Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about that? Because that was really tough to cast, but obviously,
I
to
mean,
Yeah,
hack
that
the
was-
board.
I mean, keep in mind he also spent like all his grit to do it.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm thinking like, do you think that's about right? Because I mean, I made like 250 spells, no, well, not two, but 100 spells without really any kind of idea about how they were going to work. So that's the first time that spell's been cast. What do you think
Look,
of it?
it's pretty OP, but it was pretty difficult to cast. Like he spent all his grit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
and
like almost
also
like a-
he had to go last in line as well. So
Yeah,
true.
It was very
It was like-
random.
Do or die.
Like we got
Yeah,
lucky
it was-
with killing 3 things.
Yeah, like it's a massive cost in terms of initiative, and like he had 9 grit, and he just spent all of it trying to recast it. So I think it's reasonably balanced, and it didn't wipe the entire enemy base.
Yeah,
It did a
see how it
significant.
goes. Yeah, he's
I think it's pretty balanced.
all right.
Now the ogre goes.
Carry on. It was good getting those
lumbering ogre.
thoughts on that.
So
Very difficult to
it takes
balance
the one with
everything.
The person with the lowest
Oh.
initiative, so that's me, in that end there. So that's me, and he causes push.
Okay, so push, yeah, that's a new mechanic. So he will push you
Into the
to
center.
yeah, he'll push you to he'll force you to make a move pretty much to either there or there.
Okay.
But I think you get to decide where you're pushed to. It's like a hassle, if you're trying to fight him and he keeps pushing you away. I mean, it could be good for certain characters, but
Well, it'd be good to go and finish off.
you
that
can.
thief.
There's some
Yay,
abilities that let you
cross.
push enemies and move them to certain areas, around the board.
He failed anyway.
Yeah, red cross.
Red cross, nice. There's that 1 in 6 chance of it not
that's
working.
everything, right?
Yeah.
Right,
so
so now
we
we
go to the next round.
redraw our initiative.
Well, we pick our actions.
Oh yeah, I've already picked mine.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was a bit impatient. Oh yeah.
We'll see whether they talk a little bit this time about what they're going to do.
I
not?
lose a lot of initiative anyway with these cards. I literally go from 9 initiative, which I just drawed, to 1.
Hmm.
Should I try for a sweep, or should I go for just the ogre?
I think things are getting a bit muddled because people like drawing initiative cards before everyone's chosen their actions.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Maybe just
hold on
put it back
Everyone
in the.
decide their
I'll
actions.
put
Yeah,
it
and then
back. I'll put it back.
because not even all the cards were in the deck.
I'm sorry.
Well, if you kill the ogre, that means everyone people stop rolling the red die.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just go for this. Yeah, let's go for the chop. I got grit to spend.
Yeah, I'll go a bit balls to the wall here.
Oh, wait, the guy is... He's lost his...
Just wait, Obagovo, just wait.
I'm waiting.
I see you, so you're like hovering there, like, oh, what am I gonna get?
I've picked.
I'm ready.
Yep, I'm ready.
Action
Very
cards. Yeah, this one can't be used 2 turns. Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
Draw initiative, yoink.
Amazing. Well, I have minus
You got a
initiative,
one.
and it's more than the initiative card, so I just go down to 1.
Yeah.
So there's 10 initiative cards. I think 4 of them are 5. Then there's 2 7s, 2 3s, a 1, and a 9.
Is that all player initiatives in the right place?
I think so.
So the thief.
This enemy has initiative for some reason.
Yeah, because that's what we're drawing.
Oh.
10. So the green's not been done yet. So what was the green one?
We haven't drawn any of the enemies, or have we?
We've drawn the red
No.
one. That's it.
Okay.
Oh crap! And
Wait, did anyone reshuffle? So
Yeah,
we can
it's
just take it.
They've been reshuffled.
Oh,
Well, we'll just draw as they are. No, don't put. Right, that one's the 5. So we'll draw for the green. So the green goes to 6. And then we've got the ogre with -5. And he's at 2. So the thief tries to steal from Snor.
I got nothing.
I think you do have something.
Oh no! You've not got any. You've not got anything in your pack, and you've not got anything in your hand. So the thief will attack you.
Yep.
So it's blue, 2 white, and the red. Shall I roll the attack then? Three.
Sorry. Old Snor's getting attacked here. 3 damage.
Nothing.
Ooh. Well, this is interesting.
And I have no grit.
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
I'm dead.
So, 0 health. Yeah, means that you're knocked out. You're KO'd.
Ah, shit!
Sorry,
Looks like
Gifty
I-
can bring you back.
I can bring you
So,
back. Well,
yeah.
I hope I can bring you back.
We'll just flip you. I don't know.
Though you'll have to wait until my next turn, because I wasn't
we'll just
prepared
flip
to
you.
do that spell.
Anyway, how do you want to do that? You all have to take a nerve test.
Okay.
I'm going to make this up because I can't remember how much it is, but say it's like 3.
Okay, well, I was not going to do that anyway.
And if you fail it, then you have to take another red dice on your rolls. Now he's
Well,
out,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
got 2 red dice.
Yay,
So
guys! Woo!
we'll just let him do this.
So we're doing a nerve test.
Yeah.
And what is it? It's 3 to pass it, right?
Yeah. Why is this another red die? Oof.
I failed. Yeah. So on my next one, I get 3 red die because my action gives me 1 as well. So. God.
So he can be restored by Gifty spell. There are some actions that can do it as well, but you don't have any of them. But I will add more of them in the game. I'm going to make a note of that we need more actions in the game that are kind of useless, except they can revive an enemy, and I think that's kind of a nice thing to have as like a backup that you're not going to play very much, but when you have it, it's kind of useful. So I'll write that down now.
And I think that's also kind of a sign of that's also kind of a cost of the spell as well.
Yeah, because he has no grit to reroll his defense and everything. So yeah. So I won't say I'm glad that one of you died. I'm glad.
Everything is proceeding exactly as I have foreseen.
So that's the thief done. So now it's myself and Velanoon.
Okay, I'm going to avenge you. From the shadows, I play the Swift Strike card. And using the From the Shadows attack against the Ogre.
Mm-hmm.
4.
What?
4. So that's 1 green, 1 red, isn't it?
So what that will do is, it will essentially set your initiative to 0 for the purposes of enemies attacking you. There's on the
Immediately.
stealth there. Yeah, so, well, basically, they're going to attack you now because you stabbed him in the back and he's not happy about it.
Yeah. So, and he failed his defense.
4 damage, I guess.
And Velanoon is in the front. Are you now?
Yeah, so because she attacked enemies in the front, she then moves into the front rank. Like,
Okay, so I kind of just hide, and then as my attack, I swoop in.
Yep. So you
Okay.
kind of gone like round here if you like, and then attacked like that. So you end up here.
Why not here?
Because it's not allowed.
Because it's not allowed.
It's not allowed. Yeah, it's not allowed. Not allowed.
Okay. I'm going to try and go into stealth myself.
Wait, that's illegal.
There we go.
Yeah, so it's an interesting thing, T1, because we just sort of like turn it down a little bit. Last game,
Yeah.
it seemed really powerful,
So
and I
now
haven't changed
it's the
anything.
Swordsman.
But yeah, it was only 4 damage,
Which
wasn't
that's
it?
the person with the highest initiative
So-
there, and everyone there is set to 0.
Yeah, I think it needs buffing.
Should
I'm
we just roll
fully
for
with you
it?
there.
See who gets attacked.
But I don't think it should come
Whoever gets the
from
lowest roll gets
attacks
attacked.
on
Draw an
cards.
initiative card again.
It should be like
Draw an initiative card.
a global thing
Whoever draws
somehow.
the highest initiative
I'll work
gets
it out.
attacked.
Tom, I'll
Out of
go
5.
7.
So it's whoever Obagovo gets attacked.
Okay.
Oh boy, it looks like I'm gonna have my work cut out for me today.
Put 3 and a red. So, no, wrong colour. And a cross, so he doesn't do it.
Oh,
Otherwise, that would have been 4 damage.
yeah, those were some big numbers.
Yeah. We didn't do anything.
Oh,
so
sorry, I
that's
forgot
all
to.
done.
I was just writing
So,
notes there. Yeah, maybe T1. There's a few ways of doing it. There's a few ways
Actually,
of doing it.
It's not Snor, so
I was just writing that
so
down there
it's
so I can think about it.
Yeah. Well, my goal, my attempt this turn was to use my fend ability, which was to move, and then attempt to throw my net on someone. Except, as far as I'm aware, oh no, wait, the ogre still has a turn. So yeah,
yes.
I'm going to go here and attempt to throw my net on him.
Net the giant ogre.
Yeah,
So
it's just going
one-
to cover his head.
He's gonna have
It's
like
gonna be-
little.
He's going around,
Trust him.
the net covers his face, and he's just like, I can't see.
I can't
failed.
see through this netting that has holes in it.
He just turns it into a hairnet. Like, thanks, my hair was getting in the way.
It's a bonnet on
And
the
two-
ogre.
I was going to remind them they have they have
Resting.
Now it's
resting.
the ogre attacking.
fate to
Oh no.
Maybe I
And
should have
so-
got some more in attack. Oh well.
So he
Who
goes.
does the ogre attack?
Well, it's the lowest initiative again. So in that.
I'm fine.
yeah exactly.
So we
Yeah.
just
McCool,
draw,
I'm fully with you. Fully with you.
I
Whoever.
think so.
Takes a turn, so it should do like double damage of a normal attack.
Whoever gets the
Yep.
lowest card.
3.
So Sam.
It does. Another thing to remember though is that it does keep you out of harm's way when you're over here. You're not going to get attacked, so you are safe for that turn that you make the roll. But yeah, it does need a buff.
5.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. I can only revive one person from KO, so don't die. Or just don't get knocked.
I'm alive. Wait, how much damage was
5.
5. You rolled a 4?
So, yeah, no,
No.
3. Wait, no, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Hey, I
5.
see that.
Yeah, wait, that's 3. I'm on 1. I'm alive.
Wait, which dice did you roll? Did you roll these ones at the 2 stars?
I rolled
No,
these
just 1
ones.
What, he rolled 1 star.
Yeah, so I'm on 1.
So many.
I was just
freaking
confused because
dice.
this blue star was right next to it.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So
I
now
mean, I'm alive.
That's true.
That's
I'm
what counts.
done. So it's Obagovo and Tom. You decide who goes first.
I don't mind, mate. You
So
make
what's
the
your
choice.
what's your plan, Tom?
Well, what I'm going to do is I would cast Mind Blast on the ogre, but I can't because I used it last
Okay.
turn. So I'm going to do Mass Panic on everyone with my
Everyone-
ready for everything.
we're
Yeah,
already
I guess I
Tom.
can go because I have my thing gives you +2 white dice.
Oh, it gives me +2 dice. Okay, cool. 2
Yeah,
white
all
dice.
characters.
Okay, I'll nab an extra couple dice. I mean, I have 3 red dice for this turn, so I am very likely going to fail.
Orange and 3 red. Jesus Christ.
You can re-roll them with grit. Don't forget. Don't forget your grit.
Yeah, but it's still 3 red.
And it's 3 grit to re-roll, right?
Ooh,
nice.
that's actually not bad.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
6.
It's freaking amazing.
Was this, how many white dice did you roll? Was it just the 2 or 3?
It was the 2 from my action.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I forgot my regular attack dice. Right. I'm stupid.
Yeah, I'm just thinking with every
'cause I got
single
3
PC hiding, if they do that,
I'm sorry. It's
they get
late.
past the
I'm
encounter,
tired.
but you get no loot, you get no gold, and you
Who
get
is this
no.
The
Yeah,
ogre?
I'm just rolling
Grit.
because I forgot my attack.
So you
No, I'm
don't.
just looking at the whole thing.
You get past it,
Oh,
but then you
okay,
reach
that's-
a harder
yeah,
encounter
extra-
later
So
with more
that's-
enemies. So is it really a benefit to do that?
No, wait, no, 10. You're right.
So the ogre gets 1 green and 1 red. So I will quickly do
To
that.
defend.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead. He's completely dead.
Get the ogre card.
Well, that means I can't use my extra special mind magic on the ogre.
We could do it on the swordsman then.
True, I could. But
Yeah, I agree
can't.
with Clays. Should we make some room to roll the dice?
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
Yeah,
little
it's getting a bit
dice,
cluttered over there.
Yeah.
Make some room. Don't worry, these
I can just do a
dice are set
blanket
up for me
delete
to
if you
roll.
want. May I just delete all these?
No,
Oh,
no,
damn
these
it.
ones
Hang
are
on.
set
I'm going to have to. Well, actually,
set
what?
for me to roll.
I deleted something I shouldn't have there, but I don't think it'll matter.
Get rid of these 2.
My dice!
Alright, so I get, just for the record, because there's a lot of dice here, this attack, I get 4 for my arc, plus 4 for my ready for anything, plus 2.
So I think it would, because then you can all sneak
I
past.
lose 1 red dice now because the ogre's dead. So I
So
don't
maybe.
have 2. I have 1 for ready.
But
for
then towards the end of an encounter, you can try and sneak past,
And then one for my
sort of
nurture
at this stage.
which I failed.
Maybe McCool. I mean,
should only have 1 red dice, right?
maybe. Thought of it now.
One from Snor.
1 from. Okay. So I have one
I'll write it
red
down.
dice plus all of these other dice because my magic, etc., and Snor's 2 other dice. So, and I'm gonna roll for mass panic, which is a difficulty of 5 and gives everybody a black die during combat if it succeeds. So it makes everybody mad.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a 3.
That's a fail anyway, because it's a difficulty of 5.
Well, you got grit.
Yeah,
you can
you
re-roll a
grit.
couple.
That's true, I'll re-roll. So it's how many dice per re-roll?
The blue one, I think.
So, well,
So the
you
blue one.
do 1 grit, 1 white. To re-roll 1 white die, it costs 1 grit. To re-roll a blue die is 2 grit. To re-roll a green die is 3 grit.
Well, I'll
I
re-roll
would say... I'd say
re-roll
just, re-roll a bunch of whites.
well, I could re-roll the green and the blue.
The green one is already on
Yeah,
success.
yeah,
the
leave
green
it.
die
Leave
is
it.
on
Sure.
success, so I'd say leave that.
So I'll re-roll the
If
blue.
you find just using a bunch of grit, you could re-roll the blue and maybe like 2-3 whites just to increase chances.
Okay, so it's 1 grit per white die.
So that would be 5 grit if you went with my idea.
Okay, which is how many dice? Sorry.
It's the blue and 3 whites.
Okay, I'll do that for 5 grit. 2, 3. Or spending these, but oh well.
So that's all you needed,
Yeah,
and you're good.
that's all
You
I needed.
succeeded.
We succeeded. Okay, cool.
Look, I think
So
I have
really
absolutely no life at all, Clay, so I do have time to do
it's a
this.
black die, but it's no actual damage, which is a shame. Would be nice. My one bit of
Hey,
feedback for the.
You're potentially preventing damage.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
and preventing
My-
defense.
My one
You're making
bit of
you're making my
feedback-
job easier.
That's true. My one bit of feedback, V, for the extroverted mind mage would be that there's slightly too much focus on the debuffing. Like I think I have 1 attack spell and like 4
Okay.
debuffing spells.
All right.
Maybe like 1 more attack spell would be a little bit easier, but I see what you're going for here with like a support mage kind of.
Yep.
Yep.
Kind of
Also,
demon.
I just noticed something about. It says like undead and demons are immune. Like I didn't see anything on the enemy cards. Is that like a keyword or is like?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna add later.
Okay.
I'm thinking there'll be different enemy types, and certain spells or attacks or whatever will do more damage to certain enemies. So it'll
Okay.
say like humanoid or animal or whatever. But for now, yeah, there's just undead and demon because that's. But then I never implemented it when it actually came to making the enemy cards. So one of those little
Okay.
jank things in the alpha version, you know.
Makes sense.
Is it just one enemy affected by panic, or is it more?
So this is mass panic. So it's all
So-
enemies. I have a normal panic, which is just 1
With the
enemy, but I have a
cards,
mass panic, which
each
is
card's like an individual
Ah, nice.
image
I was reading.
So
the
it's-
that
other.
is cropped from a Word
So
document.
it's all enemies on the board. I was planning to use it
And
before,
then
yeah,
what you
it's-
do with Tabletop Sim is
so it's kind of
you make
kind of
decks of
pointless now,
cards.
but I'd already
So you
made
put
it.
all you say select all these images, and then Tabletop Sim will make a deck from those images.
Next round now is next. So we choose our
Yeah.
actions.
Wait,
yeah.
no. Doesn't somebody else have to go?
No, I think that was it.
Velanoon doesn't have to go.
No, I went this turn.
You went? Okay. Coolio.
Cool.
They should finish it this round, and then we'll get their thoughts. Oh, well,
Let's
Zamal,
use the Mind Blast again.
thank you very much for the
Also,
raid.
quick question, V, with regards to magic, do I need to be in the same sort of position, or can I use magic at any position on any enemy?
It should stay so on the card.
You can use it. Yeah, well, it'll say on the card. So say like affects an adjacent enemy, or affects all enemies on the board, or an enemy anywhere on the board.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says here, Mind Blast. This spell may be cast on any one creature during play. So that just means anyone.
So that means any position, so I can stand at the back
Yep.
and Mind Blast.
So we're playing a
I'm pretty sure
board game that I've invented,
cards
Raiders,
are-
and
range, don't they?
still an
Are
alpha,
you drawing initiative?
but these guys have decided they wanted to play it, so I was like, okay, and I might as well stream it. So
Yep, I'm good.
here we are streaming it. How was
Yeah, I'm
your
Yoink.
streams, Valve? It's a bit hard to. I mean, the guys can't hear me at this point. They're playing it. We're just kind of finishing
sorry,
up.
Snor, but it's going to be a while. Depending on the initiative, it's going to be a while before I can potentially revive you. But you wouldn't be able to do anything until the next round anyway.
Ah, that's fine.
Been interesting though.
Heck, at this with the way this is going, I may not even get the chance to revive you because everything will be dead.
Yeah, or it's like I might go down.
I think in that case, what will happen is he will come back at the, not that we're going to do another square, but if you're dead at the end of the, or KO'd at the end of the encounter, you get 1 health back that you recover to then move on to the next one.
Doesn't that cost grit or something, permanent health or something?
It does, but I can't remember how it works. So don't worry about it. But yeah,
so I'd like
you
to
do get something like I think because we get skill cards that buff your characters, so I might have like a penalty card as well. So when you come back after losing all your health, you take a penalty.
Yeah,
So it might be like losing a dice.
The permanent health loss goes when we all go down.
Okay.
I think.
So we're still rolling one. We're still rolling 1 red dice, right? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Oh wait,
Everybody? Okay.
but we actually just lose 1 dice to the nearest downgrade.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's myself and Velanoon first, is it?
God, look at all these
Absolutely
enemies with
place
the
it. It could be
massively
something like that.
high
It could be something you
freaking
can fix
initiative.
later. Or with certain items.
You mean 2 of them?
Yep.
Yeah, 2. All 2 of them. All 1 of them.
So do you want to go Velanoon?
Sure. I am going to backflip across the entire cavern and attempt to hide.
Stylish.
You love
Nice.
to hide.
7.
Yeah, one thing I was really encouraged about, well, after fighting 1 enemy, they knew how to play the game.
Okay, so having gone in, I'm
And that was really, really good for me. That was key. The fact that it's easy to pick up. And there's little things here and there like pushing and ranged attacks and things like that, but that all gets built onto the core mechanics, which seem to be really kind of solid and easy to pick up.
And then my dagger gives me 2 green. I wonder. I mean, this isn't a move, is it? This is a. Because I get one blue for using charge. But it's not a move action, so I don't think I get the other 2 blue.
That's right, yep.
Yeah. And then I get 1 red for that.
Hi, Adami. Welcome in.
Yes, that's it. That's 4 damage against the swordsman.
Nice.
So he gets an orange, a black, and a red die in defense.
Yeah, they've really debuffed this guy. So yeah, he gets
Fails.
He's dead.
Nice.
Yeah, I think everything's gonna be dead before I can revive you, Snor.
Well, don't forget that we're playing the rule that
Yeah.
you play your turns. So
Oh right, yeah, you'd finished the round, so you could still revive.
yeah, so if you kill, so even though if you do kill him, you still get to move and still get to do your attack.
I've set
or
my
your spell.
dice ready.
So the swordsman now can't go, so we go to the thief. And
He moves.
Yeah, they won,
towards
but
the lowest initiative.
1 health here.
That's just
Dead mage.
Yeah, but it just says he moves. It doesn't say he
Full
attacks.
health.
Okay.
Full health.
Yeah, so
Full
it's just
health.
me then.
Full health. So yeah, they've done all right.
In the iPad.
so then it's Gifty and Tom.
Do you mind if I go, Gifty? I've been waiting to use this.
I'll show you. So the only move.
Well, let me just make my attempt to revive Snor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You want to revive.
I'm just gonna
If
move
they
back
have
to
to.
the center first, and I cast Recover,
So if there's no characters adjacent, then
and I succeed.
it will
You're back
move.
with 1 HP.
towards a character, pretty much.
You've come back in just in time to witness the end of the combat.
I'll get that healing potion from that bloody thief.
So basically, if an enemy moves here, it would move here to attack.
So
No.
I'm going to use the Potion of Arcs as a minor action, which gives me 3 extra blue dice on my magic roll. I'm using Inspiration, which gives me 3 extra white.
Well, yeah,
I'm
all the
casting
stops
Mind
now.
Blast on this really weak thief. It's a bit overkill, but
Oh no, it's a thief.
well, it's a
I mean,
thief
go-
now, yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah, make head go pop.
It's the last combat, so.
Just this one red dice.
Oh,
There it is. There it is.
that was a really.
2 grit to reroll the
Yeah.
red. Probably.
Yeah, I'll 2 grit. My last 2 grit. Gonna reroll the red. It worked. So it's what's that? 3, 6, 9, 10. Doesn't matter. It kills him anyway.
Well, it's 3 green dice to doing damage, isn't it?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, it's 3 green in damage with Mind Blast.
And it gets a purple block. Got all the colours.
All the bad
Mind,
colours.
I must admit, Mind Blast is pretty devastating.
And
Like that's the one thing. Like this class of mage, like only gets 1 offensive spell, but it's a pretty good offensive spell. So
Yeah.
I think was dead.
he's gone. Thief is destroyed.
You have won.
We did it.
Beat the combat.
We cleared it. Get some victory music.
Craig Johnson.
You just got pwned, FTW.
Well done. Well done. So we'll call it there for the kind of the playing and stuff. You know. I think that was a nice little test. So one of you died and one of you got to 1 health, and the rest of you were unharmed, which is fine.
Didn't lose any health.
You're gonna
With a
get
full
quite
party,
a lot of
though.
stuff. They're like 2 level up, aren't you? And quite a lot of well, another portion of healing. Really, there's something nice. Oh, that's
That
good.
was mine.
I think that's where it's come from.
Portion of invisibility. Sorry, the cloak of invisibility. Very nice. So yes, well done. So things I took away from that is that you guys got the mechanics really freaking quickly. Like you fought that one mage, and then the fight after it, you seemed to just be you bumbled through, and you kind of like knew what you were doing. Would that be fair to?
I feel
More or
like it's
less,
got
yeah.
that elusive, like easy to learn but hard to master quality, which is really good.
Good, brilliant. There's a couple of things I noticed during it, so I'll just read you my notes, and then I'll ask you guys what you think and
They got
any other
everything
sort of, like,
wrong.
things to add. So sneak attacks by ranged weapons could be a thing. I'll think on that. Narame mentioned that when you've got a 2-handed weapon, the other slot could be covered up by a card, just saying, you know, this hand's in use. So I kind of like that,
Yeah.
so I'll do that. A terminology thing: a successful attack is an attack that does damage, as opposed to just like rolls a success, if you like. Spend. All right, so how about like spending grit or doing something to redraw an initiative card? Because I know when you got a 1, that was freaking terrible. So you could manipulate the initiative cards like that.
Yeah, I feel
Maybe.
like 2 grit to redraw an initiative card would be pretty fair.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll think on that one, because it's the one thing that can like really screw you up is drawing that, because there's 1 card with 1 on it, there's 2 cards with 3, there's 4 cards with 5, there's 2 with 7, there's 1 with 9. So there is like an average of like 5 in there. So
Yeah, maybe
I don't know about it. I don't know,
because
whether I
I'm
want to do
also
that.
thinking that maybe there sort of has to be something done, like maybe switch around like initiative and like deciding your skills, because then you can. It's kind of the feel bad is lessened when you can somewhat mitigate it with your decisions.
Okay. Yeah.
I also had some ideas in terms of equipment that I was kind of thinking towards the end of the game. Like, the equipment seems pretty universal for like most classes or most builds.
Yep.
Maybe putting in some like restrictions in terms of like if you have one of the mage builds, maybe you can't use, you know, plate armor or something like that.
Yeah.
but maybe some staves or hoods or something to put in that benefit dice rolls.
Then you would go down the route of saying, you can't have this item if you have 2 blue dice plus in this skill.
Or could you go down the route of plate mail, for example? Plate mail, one of the rules for it is whenever you roll R, you also roll roll a purple die or something.
Done. That's in there already.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Subterfuge and axe penalty, you see. I can buff that, but it's already kind of in.
Because I think that's probably the way you allow people to kind of play a bit how they want, so you could be a bit of a mix and match, but that makes you a generalist, so you're not quite as good at either end of it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Or maybe
I don't like restricting people saying you can't do this. I like saying you can do this, but... And then you're not blocking anything off, because of course a mage can wear heavy armor. It makes no sense. Like, they can fit in it. So, but I know, like in D&D, it stops them casting spells, and that's part of the law. But
what about
I like being a bit more flexible.
Like a requirement. So say if you want to wear heavy armor, you have to have 1 blue dice in defense, like you do with the arcs. To cast any magic, you have to have 1 blue dice.
And the same with weapons. I'm thinking that, but then it starts to steamroll. But I mean, it absolutely Helfina. I know. I am thinking along the same lines though. So we'll kind of move on from that point. So the spells that can't be used again, like in combat, because I know there's a cooldown of 1. There is also, which I forgot to mention, if you fail to cast a spell, you can't cast it for 2 turns.
Oh wow!
It's but maybe I'll change that so you can't cast it at all, or this, with the action cards, the spells have certain cooldowns on them. So this one you can cast every turn, this one you can cast every 2 turns, this one you can only cast every fight, things like that. So I think that'll be something jumping. KO action cards with KO recovery on them. Buff stealth, because I noticed Helfina did a stealth attack and did 4 damage, which wasn't that much. So, sorry, not Helfina, Velanoon, my apologies. I was half reading the chat, you see. So I need to find a way to make that do more damage, pretty much. What if all the characters stealthed and made it? That came up, so if you all decide you're going to try and hide, and you all do...
What did the enemies do?
Yeah, exactly. Do you, then skip the encounter and move on to the next one? Do you escape and go back, or, is it an escape mechanism?
I guess it depends on how hard stealth is, right? I didn't really get a gauge on how difficult it is from...
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just a blanket 3. I mean, some of you didn't even have any skill in subterfuge, so it was impossible to do.
Could you just thinking about? Could you with the enemies give them an awareness stat?
Yeah.
So that then when you stealth against the highest awareness.
Yep, that's a really good idea. Yep. Yeah, equally tying it in with the number of enemies as well, like I think Snor suggested.
Because then you could have, if you give them an awareness stat of dice, or it could be of dice, it could be. If all the players have stealth, they start looking for you.
Yep.
They roll their awareness.
I don't think that's going to happen too much, but yeah, it's just something that I thought of. What happens?
Yeah.
Stealth.
Would it be possible for a player with a high enough subterfuge skill to give a help action to a fellow player if everyone is trying to stop?
Yes. Yeah, I think it does. There are action cards that buff other characters as well. We just didn't get any. That's sort of in the game. But I can definitely look at implementing something like that. I think that's a good idea. That one down. Yeah, and it's just when you get KO'd. There is something in the game, but no one's been KO'd in ages because the game was too easy. So, it was too slow, really. So I think I've fixed that, because I think you guys killed the enemies pretty well. So I'm gonna ask how you felt pretty much about the pace of the game and how quickly you killed the enemies, how quickly you played your turns, how quickly turns went round and rounds happened. How do you feel about the pace of the game? Was it you go quick enough, or what you did, or?
Look, It was pretty decent. I mean, for the first few turns, we were still kind of learning and like bumbling our way through it. So I feel like if we were more experienced and we'd played 2 or 3 games, we'd be going pretty quick. It's hard to gauge on a first playthrough, right?
Yeah, but
it is.
On that note as well, I think it did go pretty well considering there was 6 people.
That's true.
That's another factor as well. As there's more of us. Gifty, I'm kind of wondering how you felt this session went compared to the last one.
Well, I definitely in the last session I was more active because I was playing a more aggressive, tanky character.
Yeah.
But so playing a more passive character was definitely a new experience. Because I was basically able to just keep back and monitor everyone and then just act accordingly.
Different play style.
Yeah, but I obviously this is down to how I made my stats, but I definitely felt like I could have changed them a bit so I could have been a bit more helpful. But yeah, definitely having more players has definitely made combat a bit quicker. Like I said,
Which is interesting, yeah. But I think that's not to do with the number of players. To be honest with you, I think that's just because they're rolling less defense dice, and I've reduced their health as well, so you're killing them quicker a little bit. And of course, there are more of you attacking, but you get less dice, or you get less good dice. Because if there was 4 of you, you'd get more blue dice and less white dice to roll. So therefore, you'd roll more successes.
I was asking about like player scaling.
Yeah. So if there's fewer players, you get more health, you get more starting gold, and you get better dice when you start the game.
Okay,
so that's how it kind of balances.
Yeah.
How did everyone feel about the action cards?
I like them.
Interesting.
I feel like we didn't get enough chances to test like the higher end ones. That's my only thing.
Yeah.
Though I'm just like something I was thinking about with my like particular setup is that just looking at it, because I had 2 that was like once an encounter and 1 that was like into the next turn. It kind of feels like I sort of built myself into a corner where it's like my stuff is like I have to do action first, then use this one, then action again, then this one, then action again, so I could avoid just drawing from the red deck.
Yeah, but I think that's sort of like intentional on my part, and I kind of wanted that because if you decide, because the ones that you say you can't use again this encounter are good cards, so the idea is that you sort of burn them first, and your character's like really exerting themselves to to get those buffs and do those actions. And then if it doesn't pay off, say, and the enemies are still there towards the end, that's where your character starts to like slow down and suffer and such. So yeah, I do kind of like that, and I'm glad there is that sort of deck building element to it, where you're like swapping cards between encounters, thinking, well, I kind of need that one, and you discard the ones you don't. So you get stronger that way as well. Yeah,
I was just thinking that it's sort of easy to like build yourself into a corner if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you think you could increase the hand size when leveling up, like every other level?
Maybe a skill. Give you. Yeah, I think
I
that would
like
be a
that.
skill. So I think 3 works pretty well. And also, you say it's like easy to build yourself into a corner, but it's also easy to build yourself out of it as well, because it'll only last 1 encounter, and then afterwards you can swap cards out and things like that. So you can easily think, actually, this isn't working for me, and it's very easy the next round to try and get rid of cards to other players, and they can help you out. If you feel that you're kind of suffering that way.
Okay.
But I don't mind that. I don't mind that, especially since you're like inexperienced and but you could fix it relatively easy, I think, with the mechanics. So, what did I say I was going to write down? Oh yeah, the increased hand size.
I feel like one bit of quite positive feedback I have is kind of like twofold. Like all in all, the game like is quite intuitive, and as I said before, has that easy to learn, hard to master quality, which is good for all games. The red and negative dice situation, actually, when we were talking about it at the beginning, I thought had a real potential to be quite annoying and like quite a hindrance. Like you've got 3-4 negative dice, you're always failing. But in practice, it actually worked really well. Like it was pretty balanced in terms of like when you'd fail and the enemies would fail. So. It's just one of those things that like sounds a bit iffy when you kind of or is on paper, but in practice has just worked well. So
superb. I'm glad you thought so. Yeah, I've had other people say the same kind of thing as well, so I'm glad that's been mirrored. Thank you very much, T1. You get some good sleep. We'll be finishing very soon. I just want to say to you guys, I want to thank you very, very much for joining both on the stream and, of course, for playtesting.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely,
thanks for
it's
having
been a
us.
pleasure. As far as feedback goes, if you want to like DM me with your thoughts, maybe in the next couple of days or whatever, no obligation to, obviously, but just let the dust settle and think about what you felt about the session, things you liked, especially things you didn't like, because they're the things I need to change. So anything that you felt didn't work or whatever, then kind of let me know, and I'll look at those in particular. But obviously, I like hearing what works as well. That's nice to hear.
I'll have a little think on it.
Yeah, if you've got any thoughts, bullet points, however you want to put it, and you want to do that, then feel free to do it on the Discord. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I definitely need to. Sorry,
There was
you go,
a there was a mechanic that we didn't get a chance to see this time that was added the last time that we played V, which is to do with the negative dice. Is if you were attacked multiple times and you defended and such, you would gain the negative dice because you're getting more fatigue from being attacked.
Yes, so I did mention this to the chat, but not to you guys, because I didn't really forget about it. I left it out on purpose to see if it would be kind of missed. So what Gifty is talking about is that if you attack an enemy, then they defend it. If someone else attacks the enemy, then they get a fail dice. And then if someone else attacks them, they get another fail dice. So, they're defending against multiple enemies. So it kind of adds up. I kind of replaced that with the action cards and with more fail dice on the things you could do with your weapons. Because I found it a little bit difficult to keep track of.
Yeah.
For now, I'll leave it out. Although it's one of those things that I'm ready to put back in again if I feel it's really kind of needed, because it does make sense. The thing that it just kind of didn't work for me is that it's quite difficult to keep track of, because you can get like a fail dice from a spell and you add one for being attacked. It's like, oh wait a minute, which one was which and type thing. So it's just another thing to kind of think about. So with adding the action cards, which is that other little thing, I took that out to see if it kind of replaced it. I don't know if it did. I'll have to.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, just in general, that I just like games that if the less bookkeeping, the better.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Snor, how did you find the dice?
Even, both good and bad.
Because I kind of liked how you had to spend all your grit to cast that spell.
Yeah,
I liked that, and I liked how you were like, right, we're going to do this, and I'm going to invest in it.
Yeah.
And that was exactly what I sort of wanted with those big, powerful spells that wiped half the board of the enemies. That basically won you the fight, but it cost you one your grit, which then killed you because you couldn't re-roll your defense.
Yeah, that time it was balanced.
Yeah, that time it's hard to get everything balanced, especially when you create everything all at once, because all the spells were written at the same time, like right at the start of development, pretty much. So they need to catch up a bit with everything else that's happened. Whereas like the weapon cards and everything else has sort of like moved on a little bit.
What class mage were you playing, Snor? Like what group of spells?
Dark Arc. Witchcraft.
Witchcraft, yeah, so it was debuffing.
I'll have to remember that, because that seems like a really interesting one to play if we ever play in the future.
Yeah. Also, I mean, if there's ever like another one of these playtests or something, just feel free to say like this hasn't been tested, so people can test it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was a bit worried about a death spiral, especially at the end, but that it didn't really feel like it was going like that.
Good. Yeah. The last fight, it killed one of you, almost killed another one. The rest of you were kind of okay. I'm kind of okay with that. There's little things I can change. I can add like defense dice to enemies, but I'd rather make them do more damage than make them harder to kill.
Yeah, because otherwise the game just becomes long.
Because then it becomes a bit more of a slog, yeah. So I'd rather than, I've got to kind of avoid that attack rather than I'll attack him again and again. So I'll work on that.
Do we think that we would have died if we intended to continue playing after this combat?
I don't think you would have, because you would have gained two skills each, probably.
Oh, it was 22. It would be 22 grit.
Yeah. So you would have essentially leveled up twice.
Yeah.
Do we get to keep that? Isn't it capped by 10?
So
yeah, well, yeah,
I think when you get 10, you get a skill, don't you?
yeah, you get skills, and they can be things like buffing certain things, or free rerolls, or increasing the number of dice, or increasing the quality of dice, so turning blues into greens and things like that. So I think you would have finished the quest. I can flip this one over, you see, for you if we remove all this. There's two like difficult enemies to fight there. That's the last fight. But I reckon you'd have battered them. You'd have battered them. You'd have been fine. You'd have been fine, guys.
Yeah, I definitely think
fine. You had the greatest healer around to back you up.
You'd be fine. I mean, the thing is, they're both in the front, so you can easily like avoid most of what they do. But yeah, so it gets flipped and then puts onto the front of the counter card.
I mean, that was supposed to be like an opening quest to the game. Obviously, I presume. Like it.
Yeah. I mean, I might make it a bit shorter for the purposes of actually finishing it, but
yeah, I can imagine you doing, sort of quests that go up in difficulty and rewards and things.
Yeah,
like that.
and length. So there'll be like a thing at the top saying this quest will probably take about 3 hours. Its difficulty is medium.
Yeah, gotcha.
Or it'll take half an hour. But, because it's only one fight, but it's really hard, things like that.
Gotcha.
Okay. Right, well, I think that will do. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm just going to chat with the chat in the stream for a little while, but I'm not going to take up any more of your time. But once again, I do really thank you very much for playing the game, and
Thank you.
hopefully enjoying it. Again, if you want to give me any feedback, good or bad, just DM me on Discord, next couple of days or whenever you feel the need to. I'd appreciate it, but there's no need to. You guys have really helped just by being here.
Thanks for having us, Vee.
Yeah, thanks.
Definitely send you some back in the next couple of days. And if there's ever another playtest, you want to try out some more stuff, I'm 100% game.
I mean,
Same here.
I mean, it's really great to have this asset because. Sorry, Velanoon, go on.
No, I'm just gonna say me too if you're doing more playtesting.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I've got like 3 groups who I play this with. So it's nice to get different, as many people as possible playing it. That's a big asset that I have. So it's really good to have this, being able to do this with the online community. So thanks very much. Okay, I'm going to leave the call and chat to the stream for a while. See what they thought of it. But yeah, thanks. Thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Good night, chat. Good night, everyone.
Chat.
Good night, chat.
Good night, everybody.
Good. So, that was kind of it. Yeah, I just thought I'd ask you guys, if you had kind of any thoughts on it, so I can concentrate on what you guys are saying. I know a few of you were had some good ideas. So if there's any parting thoughts you wanted to Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. I just want to make sure that kind of I've got everything. Make the most of this. And I hope you guys watching that. It was kind of difficult to like direct the stream and write notes and pay attention to what was going on and then give my commentary. Yes, you did. Okay, Claes. Yeah, if I covered it, during my note, then note taking, then I think I got it. Yeah, that's cool, Nara. That's cool. Yeah, maybe someday. Never say never, yeah? I mean, the thing about the game is that, we could set up for 6 players or whatever, but then if someone doesn't show up, it's like, oh, we'll play with 5. And you just change the blocks that people start with, and that's it. It's alright, you don't have 12 gold to start with, you have 14. So it's as simple as that if someone doesn't show up. So I kind of like that, because there's certain games out there that you sort of set up for a certain number of players, and then if they don't show up, it's like, oh, that's so annoying, now I've got to do this and that and stuff. So at least this game has that flexibility. Yeah, Obagovo. I mean, it's difficult when you're not actually playing and you're just watching. But tightening, absolutely. It's one of those things where you just have to kind of get the balance right between everything. No, I see that wouldn't happen, Narma. Yeah, you wouldn't. It wouldn't happen. Oh, thanks, Domi. Yeah, a couple of things here and there. The more I'm playing it, I mean, one of the encouraging, the two things I took out of this, really, well, one of the main things, to be honest, was how quickly they all got it. That was really, 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 really good. How they fought that mage, and then I was like, right, I'm just going to sit back and let you guys play, and they did, and that was it. You know, I had to sort of like pop in there for some things that hadn't happened before, and this and that. But, you know, they got it so quickly, and that was really, really encouraging for me. But also, every time we play it, I'm taking less and less notes. Fewer and fewer notes are going in my notebook. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 12, about a dozen points. And they're all kind of like tweaks. It's not like anything like, this doesn't work anymore. Yeah, I know, Dragonster. It's also like, I mean, because there's 6 of you as well, so like if someone doesn't get something, there's a chance that the other 5 did. Whereas 3 or 4 are playing, if someone didn't get it, the chances of one of the other 3 getting it are reduced, if you like. Because obviously 6 heads are better than 4 or 3. But even so, I really felt that was a good thing. You all seem to click with it. Superb. Thumbs up to all of you. Alright, I'm going to head off then. I'll next be streaming probably on Saturday with some Enderroll. You can expect a Witcher episode uploading tomorrow. Apologies that's taken a bit of a back burner, but this has taken quite a lot of setting up with the action cards and stuff. Yeah, Obagovo. You seem like you know a little bit about this. Like, have you got a background in testing stuff? Because, I mean, I've, you know, not really done this kind of thing that much. I guess I have, to be fair, because, you know, I made the pen and paper systems. But they were, with the pen and paper sort of D&D systems, there's a lot of leeway anyway. Whereas these are rules that kind of have to be followed. Ah, okay, that's cool. That's be good to get your insight. Then hopefully I'll see you around soon for this sort of thing. But yeah, people with like game design knowledge, like Obagovo, like really freaking useful to have, obviously. So it's nice to have people around there with that kind of influence. That's really a good asset. Okay, right. I am pretty tired after all that. That was quite an event. Try and do everything at once. Hopefully the recording came out all right. I'll stick it on YouTube somewhere. I'm not sure whether I'll put it on AOC or the V streams. Probably both, really, if it uploads. But yeah, good. Once again, you guys are fantastic. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was entertaining, or interesting, or both. And I shall see you very, very soon. That worked so well. That worked so well. Yeah, cheers very much, guys. It's been awesome. All right. You guys take care, and I'll see you soon. Toodaloo.